And we are back with the brand new edition, of course. Excuse the atrocity that's going on around here. Yes, excuse the atrocity. I dyed my hair today, obviously, because next weekend I'm going to go get bangs. Just so you guys know, I may have to restart the live, okay? So if I have to bow out of the live, I'm going to restart it. So just join again, okay? That's how this is going to work because for some reason, oh, let me mute the volume. So if I have to restart it, then we got to restart it, okay? All right. What up, Eva? So welcome. My name is Jen. I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else, of course, to work in your favor. Psycho. I have to message you back. I'm going to do that today. I know that sounds good. You should click the follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. And I'm calling you Laura. Poor temps. Right after this. Well, after my coaching call. After this. Okay. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe, watch them, but implement what I teach you. Okay. Okie dokie. Also, if you are interested, I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. Thanks, girl. Thanks, girl. What's changed? Gish, dish. We talk mainly about SPs around here. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but scroll to the next. If you have any questions about SPs, drop it down below. Thanks, girl. And I'd be happy to, oh yes, thank you. Thank you. I'd be happy to elaborate and to answer your questions. Okay, hold on. I got to add somebody as a mod here. Eventually. Don't worry. I have to scroll up. Oh, here she is. I figured this out. I'm getting very tech savvy. Okay, also, oh, well, that would help. We also have a friendly contest here on the tube of the U. There we are. We have a not to you. We have a contest here on TikTok that if you share this live or repost the live, all that good shit, then we will go ahead and you'll be entered to win some amazing prizes. Also, I think we might be giving away an SP story today. Okay? What up, Kelly? What up, Salty Dog? So yes, we're going to probably give away an SP story today. That is like the quintessential coup de grace, which we actually do offer that in my bio. If you click the link, it's super cheap to get your SP story customized, written to you and for you. And as you've seen here, a lot of things have changed with their SPs when they got their stories written. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, very important. So I highly suggest you do that. Okay. I'm like the low price leader in the coaching space here. And because I refuse to raise my prices because I want to help as many people as I can manifest their SPs back because I know what I'm talking about and I know exactly what I'm doing. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be coming for everybody giving false fucking information out here on the internet. So world domination is what we're about here. I was talking to my team yesterday, and at 4 a.m. their time, God bless them. It was not 4 a.m. my time. I took a nap. And so they're like, I love that for you. I was like, yes, I was tired. I took a nap. And so, but we are going to be addressing some of the false information on the internet. And so if I have to come for a fucking creator out there that's giving you false information and lies, then that's what I'm going to do. Because do you think I give two shits? Nope. Sure do not. But if you also want to know how to, if this is not exclusive to SPs, if you want to know how to make money, manifest money, business success, weight loss, all the shit, I've done it all. Okay. I don't teach on anything I have not successfully manifested. If you want to manifest a new fucking home, I can help you do that too. If you want to manifest all the shit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can tell you to do it. because it's slightly similar, but not so similar, right? Like manifesting business success is not the same as manifesting an SP. Oh, hello. You know, all that stuff, okay? I know, Baby showed me it was light outside. I had my hair wrapped in a towel 10 minutes ago, so excuse the mess. And I'm pretty sure I got it all out. I was in a rush. Anyway, we digress. Oh, he texted you this morning about us going on a driving range for me to pick the date. Of course he did. Of course he did, Lindsay. I love this for you. Snaps for Lindsay. Snaps for Lindsay. I had a hair dye shirt on 2 seconds ago, by the way. I have a hair dye shirt. Come on. You have to have a hair dye shirt, right? Because he's trying to fuck up their actual clothes. You know what my hair dye shirt is? A ClickFunnels shirt. Do you know what size that ClickFunnels shirt is? An extra, extra large. 2XL. Because that's the size I wore when I got the shirt. Now it's a dress. What up, Tyrese? All right, Jules. XP texted, good morning. I love this. After I changed the old story about him being nonchalant on Sundays. Yes. Okay, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. You can get them to change their tone, all that shit. When you go from, thanks, Anna Maria and Bevy Bitch. You know, by the way, Bevy has a lot of free time on her hands, so feel free to message Bevy whenever you have time. I'm just kidding. She's busy. But that's the point. Snaps for Jules. Snaps for Jules. Snaps for Jules. Oh, look at this. We're already starting off on the right foot. We are already starting off on the right foot of people getting movement, right? Because that's the key. This is what people don't fucking tell you, is they make it sound like recreating your SP is an option. No, it is not an option. It is a requirement. Because who the fuck wants asshole SP to come back? You don't, right? You want your perfect person. And so you... I like to mess with you, Bevy. You have to change the old story about your SP, because when you do that, things change. Things change. They don't have a choice. Everything is your manifestation. But you guys keep living in old story. You need to change that shit. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You need to change it, and you need to change it now. Okay? No time is like the present. No time is like the present. What up, Yesy girlfriend? Okay, so that's what you have to do. You have to do that. And so instead of living in the, and I implore you guys to do that. I hope you guys did what I told you fucking to do yesterday. Take a self-love day, right? Make it all about yourself. Like toot your own goddamn horn and make everything about you. You need to do that. You're not the victim. You're the victor. So be the victor. Okay, and make it about you, and change the story, change it, because they will change too, obviously, as you can see. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Oh, the hair product I use, no bleach needed. Do you remember back in the days when we had to bleach our hair? Can I tell you a funny story real quick? When I bleached my hair for the first time, I wanted to go blonde. I have a lot of hair, so I vastly underestimated how much bleach I would need. And so I bleached my hair. I look like a fucking leopard. There's like spots of blonde. I look like a leopard. And I used to work for Oakley at the time as their receptionist, which, by the way, was an amazing job because I got so much free shit from vendors trying to get in with Oakley. And so I went to work with a beanie on. I was like, and my friend came to visit me. And he's like, why the fuck are you wearing a beanie? Because I don't wear, I'm not a beanie person unless it's like winter and I only have cute beanies. And I was like, because I was like, there's an atrocity underneath the beanie. And I showed him and he's like, oh shit, bitch, put that beanie back on. Then when I went that night to, a hair salon to get my hair dyed professionally, I was like a sideshow. Everyone was looking at it. I was like, can you just dye this shit? Can we? But what I use is Garnier. It's $8. And I need 2 boxes. You need 2 boxes to make sure that you can cover the whole shit, okay? I do Platinum Blonde, L1 Garnier. Taylor may not approve, but that's okay. It's less than $9 a box, bitch, at Walmart. Which I had shipped to me because you can also get it on Amazon. PL1. Well, thank you, Just Nikki. Howdy. Okay, Jess, you're in contact, but his behavior is triggering you. So I want you to take a page from Jules' book and change him. Okay, change him. Okay, his behavior is triggering you. What about his behavior is triggering you? Describe him differently. We're perfect. We are great. Yep. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Get clear on perfect boyfriend. But whatever about his behavior is triggering you, I want you to tell the opposite in your story on how you describe him. Okay? Describe him differently. Why do you think people change when it comes to, okay, here's what we have to look at. Let's look at things common sense wise. Okay? Is why do you think people change based on their story, based on how you describe them? Quickly. Why do you think people do the things that you say in your story of them? Why do you think that people do the things that you randomly throw out there? Why do you think that? Because you're not dwelling on the shit. Okay, this is where the manifestation community gets you all fucked up thinking it's all about affirming. It's not. It's not. Because you spend your time, I'm not saying don't affirm, because you affirm to distract your thoughts from thinking the opposite, right? But the reason why it's how you describe them and the things that you randomly throw out there, random thoughts that you have about them, manifest quickly and all that stuff is because you're not giving it another option. You don't think about it again, right? When you when you read your SP stories, you're not sitting there reading that shit all fucking day, are you? Like a book? No, you're not. You read it like once or twice a day. That's it. That's it. Therefore, they conform. Therefore, they conform quickly because you're not doing Taylor. You're not doing all the things that the law of assumption community wants to tell you to do. Just affirm. Well, I'm impatient, so what the fuck? Affirm. Yeah, I love affirming. Don't get me wrong, because it's busy work for me. And it keeps my mind on track. But that's going to take a minute. And I'm not telling you affirming doesn't work. It does, but it takes a minute. Not a long minute. But you have to create the assumption, right? So it's like, but then the other things you randomly think about, the other things you randomly say, manifest quickly. Well, that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all about. So let me go ahead and throw some random shit out there. Let me go ahead and sign signs that I want it to mean. Let me go ahead and do all that shit because time is of the essence. Do I want to create assumptions that benefit me through robotic affirming? 1000%. But do I have time to waste? No, I do not. So I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to have inner fucking conversation. I'm going to throw random shit out there. I'm going to do all that shit. I'm going to describe my boyfriend once a day. I'm going to do all that shit. Why? Because I don't have time to waste. I need things to manifest quickly. Quickly. Who the fuck has time to waste? You know, like this cup here that I'm drinking out of. Do I have glass cups? I do. But I filled up my original cup. And thank God I put it on the counter before I decided to walk on carpet with that shit. Because there's not a crack in the cup, but it was leaking. So I was like, oh shit, let me use another cup. Yes, saving the world, one plastic cup at a time. And how the hell is my daughter, on a side note, going to be like, she was all dressed when I got off my live yesterday. She like scared me because I opened the door and she was like standing there and she's all dressed, hair all cute and everything. And I'm like, where the fuck are you going? And she's like, I thought you said we were going out. I was like, well, yeah, I already took the stuff to the dumpster anyway. I didn't want to bother you with that because I do things quickly and she moves at a snail's pace. And I was like, well, I already took things to the dumpster. I was like, but, and she goes, well, I thought you said we were going to go get lunch. I was like, we're going to go get lunch. I was like, where do you want to go? She goes, I don't know. I was like, well, I love this for us. And so then she goes, well, I'm not really hungry right now, so maybe we can go later. I was like, okay. So 30 minutes later, I come in. I'm talking to my team. I come in. My daughter's got her whole ass shoes on. And I'm like, oh, so you're ready to go to lunch now? She goes, yes. Are we going sit down or drive through? I was like, what do you have in mind? She goes, McDonald's. The fuck? So how the hell? I was like, I was thinking we were going to go like get some Mexican food. I was all prepared. I was not dressed, but I was all prepared. And she was like, McDonald's. There should be a law against that shit. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there. Because I was like, ew, McDonald's. The fuck? Who the hell? Like, I don't do McDonald's. It's not the vibe. And I could have gone to the freaking Taste of like Forest History, and I didn't do it. Could have gone and gotten all that amazing food for $50 for samples. But anyway, I was going to go with my mother because me and my mother have an amazing relationship now. We really do. Like, you guys, you have to realize when you change people, when you say something different and describe people and your relationships with people in general differently, they change like night and day. Me and my mom, it's like old times. It's like old times when literally a week ago, that shit was not the vibe. I didn't even want to talk to her. Like, I barely ever talked to my mom because it was just negativity after negativity after negativity. And I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. If you're going to be negative, don't slide into my fucking messages because I ain't got time for that shit. And so I didn't talk to her for a long time. Like, I barely talked to her unless it was like logistics. And if I ever did talk to her, I was like, I would tell my boyfriend, I'm like, I can only talk to my mom for like a couple minutes. I got to hang up that phone because it's about to go left real quick. Like, because I'm the person that is not going to sugarcoat shit. I never do. Like, I don't do that. And I'll call you out on your shit all day long. Like, that's just who I am. I'm very outspoken. And so, which is why I'm going to outspeak the people in the law of assumption and law of attraction community. Buckle up, buttercups. They better buckle up. But anyway, I'm very outspoken. So my mom, she doesn't like that. But I'm telling you, when I started describing her differently, very quickly our relationship completely changed. So I encourage you to do that with everybody in your life, not just your SP. But if you have a struggling relationship with anybody in your life, change that shit. My friends wanted me to go out last night, but I was fucking tired. I took a nap instead. And I could have gone for free food because he was literally like, do you want to come for a free meal? I love my friends. And I was like, but I just ate McDonald's when I could have gotten some real fucking food. And then my daughter looks at me weird when I dye my hair blonde. She's like, that's her shit. Anyway, I digress. Okay, Jess, listen. Why would you be with your SP? His behavior is triggering you, so you're thinking about going no contact? What? That's not necessary. That's not necessary because here's the thing. I don't like the people that encourage go no contact because the problem when you go no contact now you got a whole other shit show mess that you have to make up for, right? Because now you've changed them, but now you have to get over the fact that you're in no contact. Okay. And that, the word no contact is very triggering to people. So why would you go no contact when you could find greater satisfaction in watching them change before your eyes? All you have to do is describe his behavior differently and he'll change like night and day. We have the perfect relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. He'll change like night and day. So you don't have to go to contact when you can get different behavior, the one that you want tomorrow. Why would you go to contact for that? That doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? So I don't recommend that. I mean, you do you, boo. But personally, I don't recommend going no contact when you have the heart, when you literally have the power to change everything in one hot little second. Do you know somebody sent me a tip on TikTok? I didn't even know you could do that shit. One of my super fans sent me a freaking payment. I didn't even know you could do that. I was just checking my live notifications and it said that. I was like, oh shit. So whoever sent me that, I love you, bitch. I fucking love you. It was like $7. I was like, oh shit. Look, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But I'll do things for $1. Kissy, is there a way to help me understand what SP is? Specific person. So it's a specific person. So typically it is somebody that you, what up, Deriz? Somebody that you, usually it's an ex. Sometimes people want to manifest somebody new, but typically it's an ex, somebody you have, you've been with that you want back. No. Yeah, Taylor, yes, I did, bitch. Do you approve? Do you approve? Because next weekend, I'm going to shock you guys when I come with fucking bangs. Slaying with the bangs. How much does that cost for an SP manifestation? $1 million. I'm just kidding, Kissy. It's literally $97, and then you have text coaching on top of that as an upgrade. That's it. And right now there's no time limit on it. So we have a team meeting today. So I will probably be putting a time limit on it in July. But right now there is no time limit. So it's like I work for you until they come back. Versus most people do not do that shit. They're like 7 days. I was like, 7 fucking days. What are you doing in 7 days? Like, what happens after 7 days? Do they have to pay again? I was like, it's exhausting. And so, no, I don't do that shit. What up, Mima? Hopefully you are amazing, bitch. Hopefully you're amazing today. And you picked yourself up. Okay? Hopefully. Luis. You've been manifesting for 8 months. Never checked the 3D, never spiraling. I'm guessing that you have not gotten your manifestation. What up, Golden Baby Love? Looking forward to talking to you, bitch. I'm guessing you have not gotten your manifestation, and that's where we were going with this, because I can't see the rest of it. Okay, so here's the thing. You haven't been doing shit for 8 months. You haven't, okay? So you can say, and I'm always here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you fucking want to hear. Okay, that's my vibe. It's what I do. Okay, so you're never checking the 3D. You're never spiraling. You should have your manifestation. The only reason why you're not is, one, you're not seeing SP in the way that you need and want him to be for you, and two is there's a couple things. Either you're not manifesting him back in steps, or you're doing what all the other fucking morons on the internet say, and that's living in the end and just deciding. We're no contact, but live in the end of marriage. Huh? Okay, so that's typically why this is happening. If you're manifesting back in steps and you're really serious about never checking the 3D, never spiraling, never doing none of that shit, you should have seen movement by now. 1,000%. 1,000%. No, Chris, I don't go back. No, I don't go back. Okay. So if it's anybody moving forward, there will be a time limit, but I'm not going to be like, sorry, suckers. The time is up. No, I don't do that. It's kind of like if you joined when I had the WhatsApp community. Originally, when I launched the WhatsApp, it was entirely free. And I kept telling people, I said, if you get in there when it's free, you'll never have to pay for that community again. I keep my word. And so whoever got into that community when it was free has never had to pay for it, right? Even though it turned into a low monetary paid community. So you guys are serious in there. No one has ever had to pay for that from the past, right? Because I keep my word. I always keep my word. My word is my bond. So no, I won't cut you guys off. It's so rude. Okay. So I'd have to talk to you more to find out what the problem is. Because if you've been doing something for 8 months and you've gotten no movement, there's a problem. Okay. But I don't know based on the one sentence you gave me. I would have to talk to you to find out what the actual problem is, because I let you guys ramble. And it's good that I let you ramble because I listen to your language and I listen to the things that you're saying. Like I tell you guys to do, with your SP, listen to listen. That's exactly what I do, because I pull out exactly what the fucking problem is. Exactly what the problem is. I was on a call this morning with somebody, and we knew what the problem. We knew what the problem was. I said, eliminate that problem. You'll get your full manifestation quickly. And so that's what she's doing. That's what we're doing. Is she's eliminating the problem, and then everything else will conform. Okay, so there's something that's blocking it, even if you're not aware of it. But that's why I want you to talk to be talking, okay? Because if you talk to be talking, then I find the problem. And I'm like, oh, here's exactly what the problem is, and here's how you're going to fix it, okay? Of course, see Lindsay? Lindsay is a perfect example of what I tell you guys to do, right? She was frustrated. She's like, I was annoyed last night. I'm pretty sure that's what ate into my manifestation. Absolutely. You should leverage that shit. Who the hell says that the whole, like, you need to be in a high vibe all the fucking time is fucking the stupidest advice I've ever heard in my entire life. Because who's high vibe about not having their shit? Who's going to be high vibe about being broke? Who's high vibe about being lonely and not being with their SP? Nobody. So that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Instead, it's like, but can we leverage emotions? 1000%. It's all about, everything is leverage. So it's like, I'm fucking pissed off at my SP. Great. Leverage the anger. Oh God, here we go. What the fuck are you saying, Nadine? Why would you do that? You're not going to do that. You are not going to send. Is it a good idea? No, it's a terrible idea. It's an absolutely terrible idea to send a straightforward message asking why he's doing this. He's not doing a goddamn thing. You are. So no, that's highly advisable against that. You weren't, Nadine, you will not send that message. You will not send that message. Do you understand? Good. I know you said yes. So good. You're not sending a goddamn thing. What you're going to do is pay attention to what I'm saying, and you're going to do what I'm saying, right? When you get frustrated, when you get annoyed, when you get angry with your SP, channel that energy to get what you want, like Lindsay did. She gets double snaps. Because that's what you do. You channel it like, excuse me, motherfucker. No. What do you think this is? Right? And you channel that anger. Yes, you're going to do that, Nadine. And you're going to put it in the fucking, and what you're going to do also, Nadine, is before you send that message, before you even press send on that shit, you are going to put it in to our text for approval. And until you get the approval from me or my team, you're not sending a goddamn thing. Do you understand? You're going to put it in the manifest for me. That's exactly what the hell you're going to do. You're going to get approval for that. And now Beppy knows. We're all to give her approval. Jess, what does one-on-one coaching include? A gang of shit, to be quite frank. Typically, it's supposed to, according to the coaching community, which I've done for many years, because I used to do business coaching exclusively, and then I did weight loss coaching. Typically, one-on-one coaching includes a call. And then when you're done with the call, it's like a rap dog, bye. But not with me. People will tell you, they can text me, right? You get my phone number. So you do get access. Right now, we are exclusively only giving DMs and stuff to one-on-one clients, to people that are working with me or my team. Okay. So it's like if you, So it does not include email. I don't do email coaching because I fucking hate typing. So I don't do email coaching. But it includes a call. Then you get my cell phone number because I want updates, right? Because I care about you. Okay. So I want to know where you're faulting and I want updates. And if you're wavering or something is happening, I want to know about it. So you do get access to me after that too. Okay. We don't jump on another call. That's a case by case basis. This is a very bad business model, by the way. A very bad business model. But right now, that's what it is. Okay. You get text coaching. You get text with me and further support beyond the call. But most people do book another call if they actually want time. It just depends on the scenario. But yeah, you get a call with me, plus you get my phone number to talk to me, right? Like Taylor. Who's fucking annoying, by the way. I'm just kidding. I love you, bitch. She's one of my favorite people. And Cece and Yesenia and everybody else. And Flashy, of course, is always, they're all my favorite people. But DMs will be closing this week to exactly what Bevy said. DMs will be closing this week to people in the WhatsApp community, because if you're in there, that doesn't mean the advice goes away. It will just stay within the WhatsApp community, right? So if you have questions, if you want advice, you want feedback, it will stay in there. DM access will only be exclusive to one-on-one clients, text coaching clients, all that shit. But you can literally get text coaching for $20 a month. And they respond on the fucking spot, to be quite frank. They're quick with that shit. You couldn't fall asleep last night because of the coffee? Girl, you gotta get a Mio. Electrolyte. Lisa with the butterfly. Yeah, and of course he's thinking about you. I've been sleeping like a baby past couple days. And you guys know why. I'm excited too, Ray. So, yes, Taylor, because you guys have the funniest freaking conversation. I feel like you guys have the funniest. You guys have such a cute relationship. Because she'll be in my DMs like, why is he fucking trying me today? But I love you and I love your personality. Bevy, no one wants to talk about roast. I want roast so bad right now. I left chicken out because I'm making chicken tacos tonight, but I want roast. Jet, the best rampage affirmation to affirm them fast. Okay, so we've tested these, okay? Because everything is a test. Well, I test things before I bring them to you. We'll just go there. My poor boyfriend. But it is, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he wants to be in a relationship with me right now. I know this for a fact. And he's going to tell me everything I want to hear. Okay, that would be, look at this. I love a good movement. WhatsApp message I just saw. She says, having great movement. Of course. Those would be the best one. However, you're saying rampage. Okay. So those are two different things. So that would be my go-to affirmations. Okay. But a rampage is something you should only say once, maybe maximum twice a day, because you don't think about it again. Okay, so that's where I would throw in all the things. Like, depends on where you're at with your SP, but it would be something like this. He is so obsessed with me. I know exactly how he feels about me. He's always calling and texting me. He texts me good morning every single fucking day. Like, what? And I cuss in my affirmation. I cuss in my rampages. I cuss in my affirmations because that's obviously who I am. Talk naturally to you, okay? Speak in your language, how you would naturally talk. So then it's like, he's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. I'm the love of his life. He cannot stop thinking about me. He's constantly spoiling me. He's constantly giving me attention. He can't imagine his life without me in it. I'm the love of his life. He wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to be with me forever. That's a rampage. Okay. So it's like 15 to 20 affirmations all in one, but where you get into specifics. Okay. So it's like, he's always calling and texts me, but he texts me good morning every single day, right? Specific. Things like that, because what you'll notice is they will start to do the things very quickly in your rampage. And the reason why they do the things quickly in your rampage is because you're not thinking about it again. Okay? That's the thing. You can do a coaching call, manifesting coach. You can do a UK. You can do a, thanks, Sabrina. You could do a coaching call, or you could, where we'll structure whatever it is you're looking for. You can do a coaching call. Like, that's what I would recommend to get your manifestation instantly. It depends on what your situation is. So it could be, most people just do a coaching call, or you can have me manifest for you. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. But either way, you're going to get results quickly, bitch. I just gave myself snaps. Oh, okay. Okay, Bestie Lover, you want to manifest Donald Trump having explosive diarrhea on TV. I don't think anyone wants to see that shit. I would not want to see that. You want to see somebody have explosive diarrhea? You know, what I would do, because I don't do politics, I really don't give two shits, by the way. Because let's be quite frank, most of the thing, oh, I know, Bevy. I said the same thing in my mind. I don't care either way, because let's be quite frank. Most of the decisions the president makes doesn't affect your ass. You should care more about the people in your backyard, right? Like, you know, your governor, which we have the stupidest governor in the world, by the way, in California. I'm convinced by that. Newsom is an idiot. Okay. And, you know, your city council, things like that, that actually, you know, affect your reality, that affect your backyard. You should care more about that. But if you wanted to manifest something regarding him, it would be, in my opinion, it would be something that would move your needle the most. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Explosive diarrhea, I don't think is going to move your needle the most. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw it out there. Just saying. Oh, right. Did you ask, is a rampage the same as describing your SP? No, Nina, it is not. It is not. Okay, describing your SP is describing your SP. Who you want them to be for you, okay? Who is it that you want them to be for you? And you go into detail about your SP, about how they treat you, how they make you feel, different things like that. A rampage are things that you want them to do. There's a difference. One is how you describe your SP. Like your SP story is who you want them to be for you. A rampage is what you want them to do for you. There's a difference. Oh, that was good. That was well fucking said. Mm-hmm. What are some things to say to get your SP back with third-party removal? Okay, so you know how, Daisy, you know how to get rid of the third party, right? Because I talk about this all the fucking time. So you know how to get rid of the third party. Okay, so there's that part. So, because we're good at it, it's a superpower of ours. If you're dealing with gutter trash, because we don't call them third parties around here, we call them gutter trash. So if you're dealing with gutter trash, this is our specialty around here. We're actually really good at banishing gutter trash right to the dumpster that she crawled out of. In fact, the dumpster is very full of all the gutter trash we've sent packing around here. And the dump truck just took her out on Friday. Just took them all out. Okay, so the things to say to get your SP back. See, that's the thing, is you can't just focus on removing gutter trash. You have to focus on you and SP as well, right? Because you can get rid of gutter trash. There's somebody on here that's dealing with that same situation. Is she got rid of gutter trash, but he still isn't talking to her. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so Daisy, it depends. So if you're going to affirm, then you're going to affirm with what I tell you. You're affirming in steps, right? So if you're a no contact, then you affirm for contact. He's so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about, leading to contact. He's always calling and texting me, contact. He's constantly spending time with me, escalation of relationship, and he'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now, or he'll do anything to be with me right now. Relationship, okay? And then you don't drop those until you know that this is how things are. This is where people go wrong. They drop it. No. No, you cannot drop it, okay? And so then, and then you manifest gutter trash away. Like, she's fucking batshit ass crazy. All he fucking hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. When you get confirmation, because you look at confirmation. Oh, and here's the thing too. You guys should never, if you're banishing gutter trash, you should never want to seek confirmation from gutter trash. Fuck gutter trash. Did you guys hear about the funny conversation? Did you guys see my story where I told you guys about the funny phone call I got yesterday? Hitman, does it really work? 1000% it works. You're manifesting all the time. Okay. So, let me tell you real quick about the funny call I got yesterday. I got a funny ass call yesterday because it was a private number. First of all, who the fuck calls from private numbers anymore? You know what I'm saying? You know the whole star 6-7 game, right? You did that when you had like a landline and they started exposing phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? So you star 67. But I got a call yesterday. It was from a private number. And I was on the phone with Bevy and I answered the call. I go, hey, I'm getting a private call. I said, let me call. Hold on a sec. And I answered the call. And it was like someone was trying to distort their voice and sound like, I don't know. It sounded like a kid, to be quite frank. Somebody was trying to distort their voice and I was like, hello? And they were like, hi, yeah, do you remember me? First of all, bitch, you're calling from a private number. How would I remember you? Who are you? And they said some fucking name. And I was like, no. They're like, you don't remember me from kindergarten? Who the fuck remembers people from kindergarten? Unless you literally talked to them today, right? Or they had some kind of impact in your life. I was like, no. And then I thought it was a joke, so I hung up the fucking phone. Oh, because they kept saying, they were like, I got your number for my yearbook, for my kindergarten yearbook. What kindergartner has a phone number? And then I'm a grown-ass woman. So why would I have the same phone number 30 years later, right? I was like, so I hung up. They called me right back. But I love a good like tea. So I answered again. I was like, hello. By this time it's the weekend judgment now. I was having some cocktails. And they called me back and they wanted to tell me the same shit. I go, look, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. I was like, but you need to come up with a better goddamn story. I said, because I did not even have cell phones, were not even invented when I was in kindergarten. What are you fucking talking about? And let alone, why would I give you my number in kindergarten? What kindergartners, what? I went off on their ass. And then I fucking hung up. They didn't call me back. Do you think I know who that was? Yes. Because who the fuck would call me on that stupid, ridiculous nonsense? Who prank calls anymore? You know? So, yes, I do know who it was. And do you think I gave a shit? No, I thought it was pathetic and fucking hilarious, to be quite frank. But you guys would have been like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. You guys would have panicked, freaked out. I'd have been like, I laughed at that shit. I thought that shit was hilarious. I was like, oh, wow. Oh. It's more crazy behavior. Love that for me. That's how you have to take life. Okay, I digress again. Okay, Eva. What do I do on Father's Day? In no contact. At grad party, he left because my daughter wants no contact. What? Okay, so Father's Day, like Mother's Day, like birthdays, is different, okay? So, like, if that's her father, right, there's nothing wrong with wishing him a happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to do that shit all the time, honestly. My mom, that's the one thing I always respected from my mom is that she encouraged, well, I respect a lot from her, let's be frank, but she always encouraged, like you would have not thought they were going through a divorce. You would have never thought that at all, like, because it was so amicable. But she always encouraged me to have a relationship with my father. She did. My father was a total prick, don't get me wrong, when I was a kid. Uh, he had his own love language, right? His love language was buying us shit. He worked all the time. He was on the team that created the first barcode ever used. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we run on barcodes. My dad was on the team that created the first barcode. Um, but he worked all the time, like all the time. And he was a dick. He was a dick. But yet alone, we never wanted for anything, right? Because he paid for everything. He was like the referee at my soccer games, which, I stood on the soccer field like this most of the time. But he was that dad. But my mom always encouraged us to have a relationship with my dad, even through the divorce, right? Like my dad would be like, call your father, wish your father a happy Father's Day, right? Happy birthday, things like that. Because she didn't have any animosity towards him. But that's your SP, right? You want to manifest him back. So it's like, you shouldn't have any animosity towards him either. And in fact, you should be encouraging, and this is my opinion, you can take it for what it is, but I feel like you should encourage your children to have a relationship with their father. You know what I mean? Because it benefits your children, but also aids in your manifestation. Let's not play games. Okay. But I would wish him a happy Father's Day, even if your daughter doesn't want to, right? Like, you don't need to make her do things, but I would encourage her to have a relationship with her father, right? Because that's her dad. You know what I'm saying? And I always live by the principle, if you got me all the way fucked up, like, okay, so like my child's dad has not been a part of her life. He's seen her like 5 times, right? And she's 14. And those 5 times were like when she was young. Okay. He like showed up in my house because I don't lock my door. He showed up in my house a long time ago and was like, where's my daughter? I was like, fucking at school. What's wrong? She's at school, like children go to, duh. But anyway, still to this day, she's smart. She's very smart, right? So he'd have a lot of hoops to like jump through to be a part of her life. But to this day, I've never talked bad about him. Never, ever. Because I've always lived by the principle where I'm not going to watch my daughter grow up with daddy issues. I'm not going to watch her grow up with daddy issues. So I never talked bad about him to her. And I always made sure that everybody who ever was in my life, whether it was my dad, my brother, like my family, or men that I ever dated, I don't parade men in my daughter's life. Because I think that's fucking weird. I think it's weird, right? When you meet somebody and like a week later, you're introducing them to your kids. I just think that's weird. But anyway, that's a personal thing of mine. But I've always made sure that the men in her life, including my fucking family, are going to show her that good men exist, right? Show her what a good man is and that they exist. And let me be the parent. Let me be the parent. Let me be the disciplinarian. And I want you just to show her what a good man is, right? Be her uncle. Stay in your fucking lane. That type of shit. And so because of that, I think I've done a good job. We'll find out. But I'm manifesting. I've done an amazing job. And I'm proud of her. She's a good kid. But that's what I would do. I don't think there's anything wrong with you wishing him a happy Father's Day. I really don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Because he is a father. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people wish me happy Mother's Day? I'm not their mom, but they still wish me happy Mother's Day. So, Lisa, what happened? You almost got triggered yesterday, but got my shit together and said, Gutter Trash is desperate and friending on Facebook. Huh? Okay. So when you're dealing with gutter trash, you want to make sure that what you're saying about gutter trash benefits you. Okay. it has to benefit you. So instead of seeing her as desperate, because she has to be desperate. You know what I'm saying? I'd view her as completely pathetic. Like, she's so fucking pathetic. What a loser. Like, no one even likes her. She's so pathetic. What a fucking loser. Like, man. You know what I'm saying? Because then she's pathetic and a loser versus desperate. Because when people are desperate, they'll do things that out of desperation, right? And if you see your SP as a good man, that could be a problem for you. Okay? And I know you see him as a good man, so that could be a problem for you if she's desperate. So instead, no, she's not fucking desperate at all. She's pathetic. And fucking batshit ass crazy. That's my favorite one. She's batshit ass crazy and completely pathetic. And she will be. And she will be completely pathetic. And crazy, because who doesn't love a good little drama piece? I mean, I do. That's just me and my nature. How was it, Johanna? How to manifest someone who's, that's all you said, bitch. How do I manifest someone who's, I'm a complete beginner? Okay. So, well, thank you, yo. Oh, Dova, I cannot wait either, my friend. Okay, so let's go back to the basics real quick. How to manifest, which I am going to be putting together a video series for you guys to break it fucking down to you. How to manifest an SP for beginners. Well, let's be frank. How to manifest an SP the right way. Okay, the right way. Okay, so and manifest an SP back, because that is different than manifesting a new SP. Okay, it's totally different. All of your SPs are manifestation. All of your X is manifestation, which is why you notice patterns. Okay, congrats, Sage Insight. Which is why you'll notice consistencies in the people that you've dated, right? Because we have what we think is a type. Okay, things that we like in a person. So therefore you notice, if you look at all your exes, there's patterns, right? Consistencies. And there's things that they have in common. Okay. Cause that's your preference up until now. Okay. So, then you decide to take control and things change. Okay. So the first thing you must do is see yourself as a bad bitch or man. Right? You need to put yourself on the pedestal, which is why I told you this weekend I wanted you guys to spend some time to yourselves, to rave about yourself, to see yourself as like that person. Like, I am the prize. Are you kidding me? Like, I am the prize. I'm everything everybody wants me, basically. That type of mentality. And putting yourself on that pedestal where you toot your own horn all the time. So you must be on that pedestal. You must be the person that you think is perfect. I'm perfect for everybody. Everybody loves me, right? I am perfection. I'm the perfect girlfriend, perfect wife, whatever you want to be, right? I used to call myself the perfect girlfriend. Now I'm calling myself the perfect fucking wife. So that's step number one. Step number two is, how do you see your SP? You must see your SP in a way that you want and expect them to be for you. You have to see them differently. You have to go back to when things were perfect in your relationship. How would you have described him as a person for you? That is how he needs to be for you again. That's the version of him you must select again. Seeing him as a good person, as the perfect boyfriend or perfect girlfriend or husband, wife for you. Okay? That's the second thing you need to do. The third thing you must do is you must focus. You must pay attention to your inner conversations. Okay. You need to pay attention to your inner conversations. You need to see, what are you talking about all the time in your mind? Are you focusing on the 3D? Because that's how your inner conversations come. They come from the 3D. Okay. This is where you guys fuck up, because you don't realize that your inner conversations are all focused on the 3D. That's why you have inner conversations. Duh. Okay. Like, it's based on your current situation, current circumstances, your 3D. which right now is not what you want. But that's running your inner conversations. So you need to check those, and you need to, this is the only part of being, I guess, delusional, it would be, is where you need to tell yourself, you need to know that you've always been in contact through thought transmission. So stop talking to yourself about what you don't have, about what they're not doing, about what you're not seeing in the 3D. All of this shit. You do know that the more you acknowledge no movement, the more you keep no movement in place. So why do that? Why even acknowledge that shit? Just do it. Okay, just do it. Okay, so you need to focus your inner conversations as if it's 100% true for you now. Like, no, we talk all the fucking time. Like, if your inner bestie is your subconscious mind, right? So it's like, if things were how you wanted it right now, what would you say? If your friend called you up on the phone and was like, dude, how are you and your SP doing? What the fuck would you say? That's your inner conversations. Versus if your girlfriend was to call you up on the phone right now and be like, how are you and your SP doing? And you were to describe how you were currently with your SP, what would you say? It's been like 8 months, bitch, and we haven't talked. Like, I'm still blocked on fucking Facebook and this, that, and the fucking third, right? That's an inner conversation that you're having in your current reality. You need to have a conversation to yourself. You're in a bestie as if everything in your relationship was amazing and great. You talked all the time, right? That's step number 3. Step number 4 is you affirm in steps, okay? So if you're in no contact, you need to affirm for contact, but the additional steps, because you have to create the assumption, okay? I've said this 1,000,001 times, but in case you're fucking new here, I'll tell you again. The only point of robotic affirming is to distract your thoughts. That's the only point of it. To distract your thoughts, to focus on what you want, and to create an assumption, to create something new than what's currently in your reality. So that's why you robotically affirm. Okay? Because it keeps your mind disciplined. So you robotically affirm so that a repetition goes into subconscious mind. You're consciously affirming so that it goes into your subconscious mind and creates a new knowing, okay? A new assumption than the one that you currently have, which is your current reality, okay? So that's step number 4. And step number 5 is that you persist no matter what. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, you persist in your new reality. You persist. I'm going to keep going. 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 Period. There's other steps, but that's the main premise. It's all easy. It's all easy work because you're processing 2 types of thoughts every single day. If I have to remind you, you have focused thinking. What happens if SP is doing manifestations at the same time I am, but with different intentions? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're in your reality. Okay, here's the thing. Here's where people get it screwed up. Everyone is manifesting. Everybody, 100% of society is manifesting right now. They're just doing it subconsciously. They're doing it on autopilot. They don't even know they're doing it. Okay? They're curating their own realities all the time. All the time. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because 1, they don't follow me. So it doesn't matter. And do what I tell you to do. But 2, they're in your reality. So they can do manifestation, but with different intentions, but that isn't going to impact you. You'll win. You will win 100% of the time. I never understood that concept when they said that. Like, can 2 people manifest against each other who would win? You will. Why? 1, because you're doing things differently. You're learning how to discipline yourself. Okay, so when other people are manifesting, they're not doing that. They're not disciplining themselves. They're fucking robotically affirming. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's how you see yourself, tail feather, how you see them, inner conversations, robotic affirming, and persisting. Those are the 5 steps. Okay. And well, those are the main 5 steps. Okay. But the most important one too, that's to get them back. That's to get them back. Okay. But that's only half the battle. You have to keep them. Okay. So how you keep them is by doing things different. So to keep your SP, you must break patterns within yourself and with them. Okay. So persisting is always a thing, but you must break the patterns. You have to evolve. You have to run your relationship different. You have to change. Nobody tells you that. Yeah, because that's why you will break up and make up 15 times. Why? Because you're running the relationship the fucking same. So therefore, the result is the same. Breakup. If you want to keep your SP, which is obviously the most important part, is you start now by evolving, by not reacting to shit, by not verbalizing and internalizing, by, doing all of these things. You start now so that when they come back, you have an amazing relationship because you're doing things differently over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. That's the difference. It's one thing to manifest them back. It's a whole nother thing for you to keep them. For you to keep them. You have to keep them. And that's the difference. Because who the fuck is trying to do all this shit just to not have it be the same? Oh, look at that. Snaps for Pax Dior. Well, I love Dior, by the way. She said she's so glad she found my life. Like everything in her life has changed and has been better. You're welcome, bitch. You're welcome. But this is why we're having world domination. I was telling them that at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning because I fucking love to mess with them. Who the fuck took the day off? He's all right, Sabrina. Who the hell? I look forward to talking to you, Jess, girlfriend. Who the hell took the day off of my life to watch the fucking Knicks game? Who does that? Who cares about the Knicks? I'm just saying. I breathe green around here. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Yeah, I live in California, but I do. You think I'm a Lakers fan? Hell no. Nope. Why would I be a Lakers fan? That's ridiculous. Anyway, Melissa78, do you need to do a rampage for a no contact? You don't need to do anything, okay? You don't need to do a rampage. Do I suggest you do a rampage? Yes. Because if we reverse engineer how, like we need to reverse engineer, okay? What pushes out quickly? What pushes out? If I've been manifesting my entire life, how have I been manifesting? Because I didn't even know about manifestation, but yet I've been manifesting forever. So if that's the case, then how was I manifesting? It wasn't through robotic affirming, because you didn't even know about it, right? It was through random thoughts you were having that you never paid any more attention to. You just went about life thinking how you thought, thinking the thoughts that you wanted to think, doing the things that you wanted to do and all that shit. No, boom, 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 manifesting, right? And so if we go off that notion, then it's like, okay, so if everything in my life, if everything in my reality is a manifestation, then what do I need to do to curate something different in my life? The same thing I've been doing, but controlled, right? It's the same thing I've been doing, but controlled. So it's like I'm consciously aware now of what manifestation is. So I just need to learn to control what I'm doing. So the only way I need to do that is by controlling my thoughts, by controlling the words coming out of my mouth, by controlling the things that I'm constantly telling myself, right? Because that's what's pushing out. That's what's pushing out quickly. Because you don't give it another option. So do I like a rampage? I do. And that's the only reason for that is it's controlled thoughts, but you only say it once, maybe twice a day. And then you keep it pushing, right? So because of that, boom, pushes out. Boom, you'll start to see things pushing out in your reality that came from your rampage or your inner conversations, because this is how it's worked the entire time for you. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, do I suggest it? Yes. Because in my opinion, I pull out all the stops. I'm impatient. So if I have to affirm, I'm going to affirm to discipline my mind, to distract my thoughts. And if I'm going to, and then I will do a rampage once a day. And then I will focus on inner conversations, and I will describe, and I will read my SP story. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I'm going to pull out all the goddamn stops. Why do you think they start to conform in the things in your SP story? Because you're only saying it twice a day. You're not thinking about it again. This is why when you work with me, I tell you, your inner conversations are simple. Or the things I tell you, I said, you read your SP story twice a day. And outside of that, shall you find yourself thinking about him less than favorable, then it's perfect boyfriend. Umbrella affirmation, perfect boyfriend, right? Because when you say that he's the perfect boyfriend, you're not going into story mode about him over and over and over again. You've only done that a couple times a day. And throughout your day, you can say perfect boyfriend, umbrella affirmation, but you're not rehashing the things in the story, which is why it's pushing out. That's why. There's a psychology to it. You're welcome. What up, Alchemist? So that's why I would recommend it. How do I get rid of we don't call them third parties, Johanna. We call them gutter trash. Okay. How do I get rid of gutter trash? Wouldn't it be bad for karma? Well, first of all, I don't believe in karma. And you shouldn't either. Let's be frank. Okay. Because what the fuck is karma? What is karma? Karma is nothing but an assumption that people make. And some people, I told you guys this yesterday on YouTube, will be like, karma is real. The fuck are you? But you teach manifestation and you're literally you teach law of assumption, but yet you're creating an assumption in people. This is what I can't stand about the law of assumption community, is you're creating an assumption in people that doesn't benefit them. Why would you do that? See, I believe here on my channel, on my platforms, I will never create an assumption in you that doesn't benefit you. And karma, no. I would never be like, yeah, karma is real. No, the fuck it's not. Let me give you an example. So there are evil people in this world, right? There are not good people in this world. If karma was real, wouldn't they suffer for the suffering they're doing to people? Yes, but they don't. There are people that do bad things in this world and nothing bad ever happens to them because they don't believe karma is real. They don't choose to accept that karma is a thing. So because of that, they go around and live their life and do mean things to people and yet suffer no consequences at all for it. Look at the Zodiac killer. He's never been caught. But nothing ever happens to them. Why? There's a lot of evil people. There's a lot of people that do mean things in this world. Nothing ever happens to them. Why? Because they don't believe in karma. Those who believe in karma are the ones that have a problem. So why the fuck would you want to believe in karma? No. And here's the thing. Oh, look at Flashy. We're going to sing you happy birthday tomorrow, bitch. Okay, because here's the thing, too. Karma is not a thing. Okay, karma is not a thing at all. It's really not. It's like, and so here's what people, because this is what someone asked in the group the other day. Okay? and I in our WhatsApp group, and I said, okay, here's the thing. Banishing, getting rid of gutter trash, how you think that that would be bad for karma doesn't make any sense because you're not doing anything. Let's be frank. You're not doing anything. Right? It's kind of like saying, it's kind of like how I used to buy into that too. I used to buy into it too, where they'll say like, no one has free will. And they say that, no one has free will. And I said, okay, but here's the thing. If everything boils down to your assumption, right, and your belief, who the fuck has time to create it? Because you have to create that belief, okay? Thanks, X. You would have to create the assumption and the belief that no one has free will, wouldn't you? You would have to believe that in order for that to be true for you. But why would you? Ain't nobody got time to fucking waste around here. So no. So instead, we leverage free will. I think we're waiting for the puzzle piece. I'm pretty sure we're waiting for the fucking puzzle piece. Come on. Come on, puzzle piece. Nailed it. Okay. So instead, it's like, okay, let's think logically speaking here, right? Because it has to make sense to you logically. Is the whole free will game is you're not doing anything. So it's not bad for, if you believed in karma, which I highly suggest you don't, but if you do, then we'll leverage that and say, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not doing shit. I'm not a wizard, okay? I don't have superpowers other than the fact that I have my mind. So all I'm doing is saying things to myself. I'm not doing shit. It's their choice. It's their decision. Again, with the whole free will shit, right? It's their choice. You're not doing anything. You're not like living you're not living your life like Misery, the movie, where you're like, let me lure him to my house and then lock the keys and chain him up to the bed and hold him hostage. That's not what you're doing. Okay. You're literally going in your own mind palace, which you have control of. You're going in your own mind palace and talking to yourself. That's all you're doing. You're not doing anything else. You're not going to their home and making them break up. You're not doing none of that shit. You're literally going in your own mind palace. And it's their idea. It's their decision. It's their choice. So do they have free will? Yeah. You're just guiding them to their free. You're just guiding them. You're just helping direct them in your mind. That's it. That's all you're doing. So what the fuck's it got to do with karma? That ain't got shit to do with karma. Because it's like, I didn't do shit. I didn't do anything but direct my thoughts and control my thoughts. And he's the one that decided he didn't like her. He's the one that thought she's batshit ass crazy. He's the one that thinks that they're doing. I'm not causing them to argue. What am I doing? I'm not calling them on the phone and creating an argument. Am I? Nope. I'm not doing that shit at all. They're the one deciding to argue with each other. And he's deciding that, and she's gone away. Her own volition. He wants nothing to do with her. It's his choice. It's his decision. I'm not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, is why people say no one has free will, but then in the same breath, they're saying it's their choice. It's their idea. Well, isn't that free will, I guess? Isn't that free will? It is. See all this fucking bullshit on the internet? See all this bullshit on the internet? And that's what they don't understand, is if everything is based on your assumptions, right? Everything is based on your assumptions and your beliefs. You would have to get on board with believing that no one has free will. That's what you would have to believe. Okay? In order for that to be true for you, you'd have to believe that. Okay? And I mean, because this is how law of assumption works. This is how manifestation works, but they don't tell you that shit, do they? They're just like, no one has free will. And so here's what you have to do, but you don't understand that you have to get on board with that. That has to be an assumption of yours. Okay? Same with karma. Karma isn't real. I can tell you that 1,000 times. You'd have to start believing that karma doesn't exist, that karma's not a thing. Okay? But who the fuck has time to waste like that shit? You know what I'm saying? So instead, if you believe in that shit, if you believe in karma, if you believe in all that crap, well, you know what? Then you got to make it work for you and be like, I'm not doing shit. I'm not the one making them break up. What am I doing? I'm doing nothing but controlling my mind and controlling my thoughts. That's all I'm doing. My karma is clean, bitch. My karma is clean. I didn't do shit. I didn't call him up and be like, hey, look, you need to argue with this bitch right now and you're fucking leaving her. Why? Because I fucking said so. I didn't call him up and say that shit. I said it to his photo and I said it in my mind. It was his decision. It was his choice. It was his idea. I just helped him along. That's it. I got to worry about my karma before I'm asleep like a baby. Because I didn't do shit. That's how you have to look at it. That's how you should all look at it. Especially if you think it's ethically wrong. You're doing it any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it anyway. So, there's that. Hopefully, that helps you out. Hopefully, that helps you out. Look at that, Pax. It's insane how this works. I watched your live for 2 days, and I kid you not, he called me and we got back together. Look at that. When are you all going to get a fucking grip, huh? When are you all going to get a grip? Nothing makes these people different than you. I'm telling you, they're people, okay? These are people, regular ass people. Johanna, I'm pretty sure that's your name. It's in a cursive font. I hate cursive fonts. I can't even write cursive anymore. I have to think about it. I mean, I can still write cursive. I just have to think about it. And it looks awful. You remember when your kid was in elementary school and they were learning how to write? And their handwriting was like, perfect because they had to go like into the grass and above into the clouds, right? And they were learning how to write. And my daughter would throw nothing but shade at my writing. She'd be like, your writing is awful. Because her writing was like kindergarten perfect, right? And now I look at her, I go, oh, you were talking shit about my writing, bitch. I can't even barely read. Yes, I call her that sometimes. Don't worry. I was like, I can't even read your writing. Yeah, welcome to the real world where we don't write like that anymore. Who the hell is doing this and this for the E? No, that's what we're doing. Ain't nobody trying to have it take 25 years, for you to do that shit. What does letting go mean? How can I let something go I want so bad? Yeah, that's why that's trash ass advice, Johanna. I don't tell you to let it go. Who the fuck? Because I completely agree with you. Who is letting go of something they want? Do you let go of something that you want? In general, even non-SP related? No, you don't. Well, if people let it go, why are there vision boards? You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, stop wasting your time. But why do people create vision boards if you're just supposed to let it go? Let what go? You want me to just let go of my future plans in life? Things that I want in life, I should just let it go? No, I want it, so why would I let it go? I don't let go of things that I want. I let go of things that I don't want. Right? So that's bullshit advice. But that's what they mean by you need to, it's the same of law of detachment. They're just coming up with shit. Okay, the law of detachment. You know what I created? I created the law of get your shit. I should trademark that. Like, it's the law of get your shit. But letting go, the only thing you should be letting go of is the resistance. Okay? So that's the only thing you should be letting go of. You should not be letting go of what you want, right? But you let go of, but what you should let go of is the resistance. And what I mean by that is letting go of, I really need this thing. I really want it so fucking bad. Why don't I have it? Because the more you come from that, the more resistance you have to it, which is why a lot of people can manifest all kinds of other shit, but not their SPs. Because SPs have this, a fucking mouth. That's why people find it harder to lower the resistance to their SP. But the way you lower resistance to your SP is knowing how this plays out. If I do what Jen says, and I follow her very simple steps and control my mind and do all the things that she says, if I do that, I know how this ends with me and SP together. That's all I fucking need to know. How does this end? With us together. That's all I need to know. Cool, sick. Resistance lowered. That's how this would be. You guys would significantly lower the resistance if you would just know how the fuck this ends. Together. Forever. That's how this is ending. Let me tell you what the shit is. It's we're going to be together and we're going to be together forever and we're going to have the best relationship ever. That's how this shit ends. That's all I need to know. So I'm going to stay focused. I don't need to worry about shit. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to do my affirmations, focus on my inner conversations, see him only as the SP that I want him to be for me. That's all I got to know. The result is inevitable. Just like the breakup was inevitable, right? You didn't do anything there? Did you have to try? No, you didn't. You just said some shit at random. And therefore the breakup happened. You didn't have to try. But the result was inevitable. Clearly, you're living proof of it. So if you're now controlling what you're thinking about, what makes you think the result of you getting back together is not inevitable? Come on now. You have to know that. You're like, I didn't try for this fucking breakup, and yet it happened. So that was inevitable. So all I have to do is the opposite to create the makeup, and that's inevitable. It's absolutely a wrap, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrap, dude. Like, sorry. We're getting back together. That's all I have to know is that this works. It's working all the time. It's working now. I've been doing it my whole fucking life. Now I'm going to control it. So if I'm going to control it, then that absolutely means we're getting back together. Because I wasn't controlling it and we broke up. So if that's the case, if I actually control the shit, guess what? Yeah, we're totally getting back together. Buckle up, buttercup. You better pack your bags, homie, because guess what? You coming home to mama or papa, period. So that's all I have to know. No resistance. Okay? You lower the resistance by knowing that this is inevitable. What's there to worry about? I don't need to worry about shit because you ain't going a goddamn place. Sorry, bruh. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Is I don't need to worry about shit. This is what I want. This is what I will have. And this is exactly how it plays out. Period. I want you guys to tell yourself that. Tell yourself that right fucking now. This ends, the first part, my first movie, it ends with us back together. And let me tell you how part 2 ends. Yeah, the sequel. Yeah, you know how that ends? That ends in marriage. And the trilogy, yeah, part 3 of my movie, you want to know how that ends? Happily ever after, together forever. That's exactly how this ends. And that's all I need to fucking know. Work on that. Tell yourself that. Because you significantly lower the resistance if you know how this ends. Part 1 of your movie, together. It's inevitable. Literally inevitable. You think I make this shit up? No, I go live here, okay? This is not like you came across my freaking order form and are reading freaking, and which I don't even have. I think I got rid of them. I don't even have handwritten testimonies anymore. It's all screenshots. And I have and those screenshots on my order form are like I think it's like 1 week's worth of screenshots. That's it. I have hundreds of screenshots. I have not put them up yet, but that's on my to-do list. Right, Bevy? That's on my to-do list, is to get them up. But this is why I go live, because you guys can see, this isn't like you're popping into my YouTube video and there's 55,000 comments like, oh my God, this works. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed that's all they say? They don't give details. You want to know why? Because those are paid for. Yeah, they bought them. There's a shit ton. Go ahead. There's a shit ton on Google where you can pay like $100, a couple $100 and get people to comment on your videos because it helps their algorithm. I won't do that. But that's all they say is this works. Oh my God, this works. Got a text in 10 minutes. But they all sound the same, right? They're bots. Okay. They all sound the same. I won't do that. I don't need to do that shit. Instead, I go live and you guys see the comments of people writing. They're real comments because they're descriptive. That's how you always know. That's how you always know. And when they don't reply back, when somebody's like, did it really work? That's because it's not a real person. But that's the best part is they say, what did you do? Motherfucker, didn't you watch the video? Doc? What do you think they did? What's in the video, duh? I used to get so annoyed. When people would do that. Be like, what did you do? What was in the video? I would assume that's what they did. I'm just saying. Or in the rage bait ones, they're like, I claim this energy. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, just because you put that in a comment doesn't mean you're claiming the energy, bruh. Just saying. I'm just saying, just because you claim the energy doesn't mean you're claiming the energy. I'm telling you, be careful what you watch on YouTube. Unless you watch positive things. I'm making a shit ton of video content this week, guys. Crap ton. I don't think I'm going to have time today because Bevy has a team meeting today. We have a team meeting today. But don't even cheat. I know. Literally. That's like the theme in success stories. What did you do? They're like what Jen says. Duh. It's hilarious. But I'm making a cry this week. Did you like that? I felt very Cruella de Vil-ish. Yes, we're plotting against the world today. Because I want to clarify. You know, I told them yesterday, I said, it is my firm mission to knock this bullshit off. I'm really tired of all the scammers out there and all the people giving false information out there and giving everybody pipe water in their fucking dream and not really caring if you actually get your shit or not. SP related. Well, life in general. And I'm really tired of that shit. So because of that, I will be making, after our team meeting, that's why I'm not recording video content today, because I'll be recording a shit ton of video content next week, or this coming up week, to crush all the bullshit on the internet. All the crap on the internet. We're just going to break it all down. We're just going to break it all down, so you might want to make sure that you follow me so you can be in the knowing of what's true and what's not true. Because I've done it, first of all, and I've done it, I've helped hundreds of people do it, and I'm really tired. I'm really tired of all the bullshit on the internet. So yes. And I think you guys know by now, because you've been with me for a while, do you think I give two fucks what anyone has to say? Nope. Yeah, and you know why? Because I know who I am. Duh. Like, my truth is my truth is my truth. And I have an obligation to share it with you. Unlike what they're just trying to do, clickbait. That's all that shit is clickbait. James, you've been keeping to yourself, packing, getting ready for my big move, including big things for me. Yes, packing is the worst. It's, packing is like the worst, but liberating all at the same time. It's like super enjoyable and the worst all at the same time. Because you actually get to see what a hoarder you fucking actually are. And liquidate your shit, right? Because you're like, God damn, what do I need all this shit for? Why do I need 50 spoons from Yogurtland? Why do we need this? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I'm just saying. And then you realize you can just throw them away. And then you realize how small your trash cans are. Right? Because you're trying to get rid of it and you're like, am I supposed to wait a whole nother week for the trash can to come? That's why it's good when you know of dumpsters. Oh, man. Okay. It's Sunday. You're from New York City and you can't agree with me. It's manifest. What's wrong with you? I mean, I'm from California and I don't give two shits about the Lakers. I'm not a Kobe fan. God rest his soul, but I'm not a Kobe fan. So because of that, do you think I would ever switch teams? No. Plus, when it's basketball season, I love to talk shit to all my Laker fan friends. Because, the Celtics always play on the holidays. Why? Because we're the best. Duh. But they're haters around here because I can't even put my Celtics flag out because they make me take it down. But if it was a Lakers flag, sure, you can hang that shit all day, can't you? Oh, your SP is getting jealous when you don't spend time with them. Of course you're winning at this. Snaps for Sergeant. Snaps for Sergeant. Yeah. It's not the best. It's not the best. Of course. Of course. Why would they be jealous? Cam Afa. Help me get my ex back. Well, first thing you can do is not identify them as your ex. Good, real Miss Heather. I'm glad. Learning your technique has really been improving your mental health. Good. That's what's important. Okay. So if you want to get your SP back, you call them an SP. What you're not going to do is call them your ex. Okay. If you identify them as your ex, then that's exactly what they have to be, your ex, right? We don't do that. So instead it's SP, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend. All of you guys should only be referring to your partner as girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. That's it. That's all. Because what do you think they are, right? That's it. I am in a relationship with this person. Period. That's an identity, right? You're welcome again. You're welcome again. Okay? An identity is, you have to understand, an identity is at the hierarchy of change. So what would happen if you were in a relationship with your SP, right? Then everything below it changes because I am is an identity. Okay? I am in a relationship with my SP. Dana didn't know what to do with my old phone, so I went to Walmart and sold it. I didn't even know you can go to what? I didn't even know you can go to Walmart and sell your phone. $250. Get it, girl. Get it. I sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Depends on how old the phone is. But I've always been curious if you were to take it. Okay, so where I live, in the malls, there's these like kiosks where you can sell your phone. I'm like, but don't they give you an offer first? What if you drop it in there and you're like, no, I don't want $50. Do they give you your phone back? So I have an old phone here. I always thought about doing that shit. Is selling my phone. See my old phone? See how shitty they are when they come across? But maybe I should. It's a Note 8. How old is that shit? We're like on 22. I don't even know why it's in here. I don't even know why it's in here. Like, I just like staring at it. I don't fucking know why it's in here. But maybe I should use that because I do need 2 phones to record videos. They want me to go live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. I'm like, I can't do that shit because who the fuck is monitoring comments? I can't do that. But I'm going to start going live for all of you on YouTube land once a week, but it will only be for an hour because there's a whole different breed on YouTube. I'm just saying. But I think I am going to start going live on YouTube once a week, maybe twice. Yes. Subscribe to my channel. You will know when I go live. And I'm going to be putting a shit ton of content out there. Shit ton of content. It's new. It's new content. Oh, you need a new phone. Bevy needs a new phone, guys. I don't know why your phone's on fire. There are a lot of people say that shit, like overheating. Ooh. We should get you a fan for your phone, Bevy. I'll get you a phone fan. Any content I put on TikTok, I give the extended cut on YouTube. Okay, that's usually how this works. So I will, when I record video content for YouTube, it's just the extended cut of what's on TikTok. Oh, Irene, you've been manifesting your SP to call or text, but saying no movement. What part of stop acknowledging no movement are you not understanding? What part of that is unclear? Because your SP is thinking about you all the time. You're constantly talking to your SP, okay? So you will get the movement when you expect him to call you. When you start focusing on the knowing that he's going to contact you. He misses you. Why wouldn't he contact you? He's thinking about you all the time, right? So stick around, hold your questions, please, because we're going to do our techniques, okay? The way this works is by telling yourself. So I want you, Irene, to focus on, okay, so let's assume that he was calling and texting you all the time. Like, let's assume right now that you're in constant communication with your SP because you are, okay? So let's assume that you're in constant communication with your SP. That's right, because you're not busy, bitch. Clearly, you're not busy. But so back to you, Irene, if you were in constant communication with your SP right now, which you are. So if I was to call you up on the phone, like, dude, tell me, how are you guys? Like, seriously, what would you say? Whatever you would say, well, that's your inner conversation. Like, girl, we talk all the time. Like, literally, I just got off the phone with him. We talk literally. I just got done talking to him because that's what you're doing every time you're thinking about him any fucking way. So it's like, no, I just literally, we talk all the time, literally all the time. Like he texts me good morning every single day. Like we have the best conversations. We literally have the best conversations. We go to bed on the phone together, like all the time. My phone blows up with him. He says the sweetest things to me. He's literally love bombing me every second of the day. Right? Things like that would be your inner conversation. So that's a natural conversation, right? Did I say that as an affirmation? No. It's an inner conversation, how you would be describing him calling and texting you. And not focusing on no movement, because no movement is no movement. There's always movement. There's always movement. Okay? So you need to give him permission to contact you. And the way you give him permission to contact you, you guys could all do this. You could all, you have carte blanche when you look at their photos to say whatever you want to them. I mean, don't cuss their ass out, you know what I'm saying? Or say unfavorable shit. But you guys could literally look at their photo. And we're going to do that today, actually. Okay? For those of you that are in no contact with your SP, we're going to add one phrase in front of what we say to their photo. Okay? All right. Hang out for a sec. All right, Deriz, real quick. How do you manifest other things other than your SP, like good fortune or success? Okay, so if you have a job and you want a promotion or you want to make more money at your job, then you need to tell yourself, like literally, you could just walk into the company every single day and say it like a couple times to your mind, in your mind, is I'm the best employee they have. They're giving me a raise. I'm the best employee they have. They're giving me a raise. Okay? Simple, right? Oh, I was wondering what the fuck was in my closet. Okay. Now I know. Look at that. Mystery solved. Okay, so that's what I was just reading right now. But anyway, so you can literally say that. I'm the best employee they have. They're giving me a raise, right? You'll get a raise. My brother did this. Also, it's the key is to check your thoughts throughout the day. Okay, so you can't come from a lack mentality. It's impossible to be rich and have broke thoughts. It's impossible to be broke and have rich thoughts. Okay, so you cannot focus on your current reality no matter what you see. So if you go to open up your bank account and you're like, shit. You know, no, this is where delusion comes into play. Okay. So this is like, to be honest, like being delusional and manifestation literally only applies to everything but SP, to be quite frank. Okay. So this is where delusion comes into play. So you have to tell yourself something different because you have to know your subconscious mind does not have eyes. Okay. So it doesn't know what you're looking at. It knows what you're telling yourself. So if you open up your bank account and there's $20 staring back at you, that's not what you tell yourself. You're not like, because if you were to open up your bank account and see $20 staring back at you, what would you tell yourself? What thoughts would you have? Okay, well, that's what's keeping it in your reality. Okay. Now, if you were to open up your bank account right now and see $1 million staring back at you, what kind of thoughts would you have? Those are the thoughts you have. Right. So it's like if you were to open up your bank account and see 1,000, like we'll just start small, something you get on board with, 100 grand staring back at you, right? You'd be like, I got a shit ton of money. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like literally, my bills are always paid for on time, all the time. Like literally, I've got a king of money, right? That's the kind of things that you would be walking around with. Okay, that mentality. Forget emotion, but that mentality. That's what you tell yourself. The worst programming parents could ever do to their children is say, we can't afford that. That's the worst programming you can do. Because if you can't afford something, your subconscious mind, just like saying we don't have something, right? Just like that, saying we can't afford it is living at the effect of everything, right? You have to look at it that way. So if you say I can't afford that, then your subconscious mind's like, can't afford it. Takes you at your word, right? Now, if you say, how can I afford that? That's different. That's very different. Your subconscious mind goes, shoot. Good question. How can we afford that? Now it starts scanning your surroundings, looking for all kinds of ways and opportunities so that you can afford that. Instead of saying we can't afford that, it's like, well, we can't afford it. Job done. How can I afford that? Now it's looking for ways that you can afford that. But the key is to listen to your subconscious mind. So you may be like in the shower, right? And all of a sudden a thought comes up. That's your subconscious mind that's found a way that you can afford that. Okay. It's like, oh, we could do this. We can do this, right? And it's going to give you ideas. An idea will come to your mind. Okay. So like when I decided that I was going to start my business, I was going to start a new business from scratch, right? Because I did weight loss before and then business coaching. And I was like, I'm going to teach SPs because I helped people manifest their SPs back. And they were like, you should teach this. I was like, why? You know what I mean? But then I was like, oh, well, and then I was like, no, that makes sense because there's so much bullshit out there. And I know it works. So this is what I'll do to clear out the bullshit. And I had told my entrepreneur client this, and she goes, how are you going to, I said, I'm going to make $300 a day, some shit like that. And I only said that one time. And my friend's like, how are you going to do that? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I had no idea. I said, I don't know. It's a completely cold audience because all my audience before was weight loss and business clients. I said, I don't know, complete cold audience. I have a completely cold audience. And so I'm starting from ground zero. So you don't have a plan? Nope. I have no plan at all. And so I was like, then all of a sudden I woke up one day and I was like going about my day, and all of a sudden the thought of going live on TikTok came into my mind. And I was like, fuck it. Because this is my personality. I'm like, okay. I have never been live a day in my life on any platform, ever. And so it's like, I'm going to go live on TikTok. They're like, have you ever been live? Nope. Do you know what you're going to talk about? Nope. And they were like, and somebody goes, you need to go live for at least one of my entrepreneur clients, because they go live on TikTok. And they were like, you need to go live for at least an hour a day. I'm like, what the fuck do you talk about for an hour? That was exactly my response. I'm like, what do you talk about for an hour? They're like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I was like, okay. Snaps for Sarah. I was like, okay. And here we fucking are. And here we are. Now you got to get me to shut the fuck up, right? But it took 7 days for me to hit my income, my first income goal. Why? Because I just did it. I didn't think against it. I wasn't worried about it. I had no plan at all. I had no plan at all. I was just like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. But it was my subconscious mind talking to me, because going live would have never been, because I lost weight because I was an entrepreneur. That was my whole motivation for losing weight. Is one, somebody asked me when I was due, and I was like, that's fucking rude. Like, I'm not due, bitch. I have a child. You know what I'm saying? And so but because I knew that I needed to record content, right? Video content. And the camera adds, they always say the camera adds 10 pounds. I needed that shit to suck away 100 pounds. You know? So it's like, oh, we gotta lose some weight around here. So that was the main reason for me losing weight, is because I knew I had to make video content. Oh man. But that's how you do it. Okay. So you can tell yourself whatever you want. If you're a business owner, you can tell yourself you make $1,000 a day, right? I make $1,000 a day. I make $1,000 a day. I make $1,000 a day. Everyone tells me fucking yes. I make $1,000 a day, right? You can keep it very simple. If you want to go viral on social media, you can say like, all my videos go viral. I have millions of followers or millions of subscribers. All my videos go viral, right? You can tell yourself that. If you just want more money, right? Then you tell yourself, I have 20 grand in the bank right now. Like shit, that shit just came to me yesterday. I literally have 20 grand in the bank right now. I have plenty of money. All my bills are always paid on time. I literally have 20 grand in the bank right now. Every day my bank account gets bigger and bigger, right? All of those things are things that you can tell yourself to get more money. Money just comes to me from everywhere. Shit, everyone loves giving me money. Money just comes to me from everywhere. I get money every single day. I make, whatever you want to make. Okay. I've had entrepreneurs start doing this, right? And I took somebody from 10 grand to 100 grand, and the guy, a month, by the way. And the guy I was partnering with calls me and he goes, we're on our team meeting, and he goes, Jen, did you know that, his name's Timothy. He's like, Jen, did you know Timothy went from 10 grand to 100 grand a month? I said, yes. And he goes, do you know how he did that? I was like, yeah, because I told him to start telling himself he makes 100 grand a month. And he's like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, that's all you had to do. And so that's what he did, right? I had somebody else saying that she gets money. Every day her bank account gets bigger and bigger. She's got plenty of money in the bank. Like all of these things she was starting to tell herself. She got a check. Because here's the thing, you'll get a random thought, okay? So she got a random thought that some insurance company she hasn't been with in a long time owed her money. And she just thought about it one time because there's a random thought that popped in her head. She went about her business. Well, a couple of weeks later, she got a check in the mail, $20,000 they owed her. Yeah. And my business partner, I told him he's not consistent with it, but the guy who I was partnered with at the time, I told him, I said, you need to start telling yourself you make 10 grand, like you make 10 grand a day or whatever. I told him. Yeah, I make $10,000 a day. And that's what I told him because I got paid based on company profit. So I was like, you need to start telling yourself this shit. Thank you very much. Other than, because all he would say is the company's on the decline. The company profits are on the decline. That's what he kept saying. I don't know where the money's going. So therefore, he was always broke. Therefore, the company profits were on the decline. I was like, stop fucking saying that shit. Right? I said, say the opposite. So I told him that, and he sends me a message because he didn't do it consistently. And he sends me a message. He goes, funny story, Jen. He's like, I remembered what you said. And he goes, and I told myself I make $10,000 a day. He only said it a couple times. He goes, and I shit you not, 2 minutes later, I got a $10,000 deposit. I was like, and that, my friend, is how it's done. That's literally how it's done. You don't accept what you don't like, right? I can go on and on about all these entrepreneur clients I've had that they're like, he's adamant, 60 days, he can't get started with me for a $10,000 contract per month. He's like, he told me he's dead set on 60 days, he can't get started. I said, who gives a fuck what he said? That's like my go-to, right? As you guys know. I said, who gives a fuck what he said? I was like, no. You tell yourself he's signing that contract right now. He is signing that contract right now. 7 days later, contract signed in the mail, check in the mail. Mm-hmm. That's how this works. That's how this works. In order for you to be rich, you have to identify as someone with a lot of money. You have to identify yourself as someone with a lot of money. Okay. And you do that by changing your identities. So one thing I would always tell myself, and this is something you should always tell yourself, because remember, identities are at the hierarchy of change. Okay. So I would always tell myself, I am fucking rich. I am is an identity. I am rich. Right? So that's what you want to tell yourself. I am fucking rich. I make this amount of money a day if you're an entrepreneur, or I have this amount of money in the bank account right now. I literally have 100 grand in the bank right now. Money comes to me from freaking everywhere. I'm so fucking rich. Money comes to me from everywhere. I have 100 grand in the bank right now, period. Because you have to identify as being rich. That's what you have to do. Oh shit, we're giving away a coaching call today. That's just because Betty is trying to get back at me from her not being busy. So she wants me to be busy. And if you have a coaching call, that doesn't mean you will not get another one. Okay? Okay. So that's how you do it. That is how you do it. I can go on and on about all these entrepreneurs that I have literally helped make a shit ton of money. From nothing. From scratch. I had somebody went from nothing. He had nothing. He's like, I have no offer. Help me make an offer. I said, great. Here's your offer. I said, do you have an audience? He did have an audience. I said, perfect. Here's what you're going to do. And then I told him, here's what you're also going to say to yourself. And sure enough, he went from nothing to 100 grand. It was like 120 grand. It was some shit like that. 57 days. And I had his testimonial. Oh, Shantae, weight loss. We're going to do the techniques right now. Thank you, Danielle. We're going to do the techniques right now, but I have a shit ton of weight loss videos on my YouTube channel. A crap ton of weight loss videos on my YouTube channel. Like a buttload. Don't tell me that, Debbie. It's awesome. That's awful. That's awful. Ren, what the fuck would you want to work on? You said, Whiplash said, sorry, tail feather, I have already won. Damn, Terry. Snaps for fucking Terry. Snaps for Terry. And Ren, what the hell would we be talking about? All 5 of your SPs? Oh my God. Just saying. Oh man, I'm loving this. Look at you guys all manifesting Whiplash. Whiplash is hilarious. Where the fuck have you been too, by the way, bitch? You guys don't think I know? You guys don't think I know? If you guys, and this is only for rare occasions, if you guys do book a call with me and you're not able to get in for a while, but it's like an emergency situation, which never mind, I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Or you can't find a suitable time for you, let me know, okay? Because it depends on certain occasions I could move you up. It just depends. But please, go to Bevy for that. How the fuck is my list getting long? Take it easy on me, Bevy. Take it easy on me. What up, Linda? Oh, all right. And she said long like with a bunch of fucking O's. Disgusting. And I did not tell you Goldilocks because we're getting there right now. Alrighty. Now, we're going to get into the techniques right now. All right, bitches? Okay. So, I want you to find a nice, relaxing space, okay? We're doing the cord cutting. Bevy said she's going to teach me how to make a folder on TikTok. So I can just put these techniques in there because apparently she's tired of me telling you where they're located on my TikTok page. So the first technique we're going to be doing is the cord cutting in case you are new here, okay? And that is to cleanse the energy. You are not cutting your SP out of your fucking life because if that was the case, my daughter wouldn't know I exist, okay? Okay. Like you're cleansing the energy between you and SP. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so that's so that it's fresh energy, new energy, and it keeps it nice and oh, I get it, baby. And so that's how it keeps the energy nice and clean between you and your SP. So therefore, when they think about you, because they will think about you after the cord cutting, that it's a new energy. It's fresh. Okay, it's the third one. Yeah. Oh yeah. I do go this way. I should be going this way. That's correct. There's 3 videos where I'm wearing a red top. It is the third of the 3 videos. Okay. And so save that video. You should do this with everybody in your life because when you met your SP, you're connected. The fact is you're connected to everybody. Everybody you've ever been in contact with, you're connected to their energy field. Okay. So you want to cut the energy cord because ever since you met your SP, it's like you put on a t-shirt and you never took that shit off. Okay. So now what we do is we wash that shirt. So it's a nice fresh shirt. Okay. So therefore there's no stale energy there. It's nice and fresh. And that's what we want with your SP. Because when I did this the first time, I did this with an ex-boyfriend of mine and he called me I hadn't talked to him in 8 years. He called me within 72 hours and was like, hey, I was just thinking about you. Want to see how you're doing. I was like, ew. Okay, so that's how this works. Okay, and the second thing we're going to be doing is the photo method. That is pinned to the top of my profile. There's like 43,000 views on there. That's pinned to the top of my profile. The updated version, the one that we're doing now, is where I'm wearing my Cruella de Vil bathrobe that Taylor Morgan loves so much. There's 2 videos. It's the second of the 2 videos. Okay. It's not too far down. It will be far down because I'm going to be recording a shit ton of content. So there's that. Okay. So that's how this is going to work. Okay. Now I'm rambling so you guys can get in a comfy fucking place. Okay. But if you are new here, I will introduce myself. I am your manifestation bestie where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. Why follow the law when you can leverage that shit? Because that's what this is all about. Okay. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. And before you get your panties in a bunch, I was in no contact for 7 months. Okay. And I lived 1 building away. I don't talk about my story here on TikTok anymore because that's old story. However, if you insist on watching my story to get inspired, because I had all the fucking circumstances, it is on my YouTube channel. If you scroll right past all the TikTok lives, it's the same banner for all the lives. I try to keep it easy for you. Scroll right past there. There's a video called how I manifested my SP back. I tell you all the juicy details there. So you can go ahead and watch that video and know I had all the circumstances. So there's no excuse for you. Okay? Oh, right. And if you're interested in having me manifest your recipe for you, or you're going to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, and where we recreate your recipe for you on the spot. You do get notes of the call, by the way. We recreate your recipe on the spot. I tell you how to play your part, how to do what you need to do to get your recipe back. Then all links are in my bio. Okay? Look what Rhea said. When she first started following me, she was in no contact. Now they're having sleepovers, and met him, and she met his mom. Yeah, we have endless stories like this, which I'll take a screenshot of yours, girl. Okay, so that's what we do here. I've been teaching this since the beginning of February. I know because I came across a recent video of mine. And the amount of testimonies I have since teaching this in February doesn't even compare to people who have been teaching it for years. Why? Because I know what I'm doing, because I did it myself. You know what I mean? We also have a WhatsApp community that is lit with success stories. You also get advice and coaching within the WhatsApp community. We have text coaching where you get one-on-one support when it comes with from me as well as my team. And then we have guided meditations, hypnosis audios. All shit is in my bio or description if you're on YouTube. Okay. Also, if you, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. We hang out about for 3 hours on here. Okay. So I can answer all of your SP questions. If you ever miss a live, go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio, and watch them there. But actually fucking, do what I say. Stop wasting my time. Do what I say. Oh man, I just ran across Whiplash's fucking comment again. I think that shit is so fucking funny. Oh, SP told you she get you whatever animals you want. I love that. My daughter thinks my daughter thinks we're getting a cat. She's got news for her ass. We're not getting a cat. I don't want a cat. I don't want an animal. Is that wrong? Oh. You already got what? You already got the horse. Oh shit, Red. Fuck all your other SPs. Fuck all your other SPs. Oh. Wow, Whiplash, you're Chris Peace. Now let this be an example of how many of us have dual accounts. You know you do. Okay. So you've been here the whole time. You guys are hilarious. Is 3 years too long to be manifesting an SP? Tyler, you haven't been doing shit for 3 years but wasting your time. Okay, we're going to do the exercise right now. I'm getting distracted. But you haven't been doing shit for 3 years. And so we'll get into that. Okay? Because that's a long ass time. I love you too, Ray. You said just call me when you're having a cocktail. So Sabrina, you want me to call you daily? I love Sabrina. She's hilarious. All right. Now let's get started, okay? So I want you to get a comfy place, and I want you to, I'll show you. Taylor hates my bathrobe. I'm gonna wear it again. It's just not bathrobe weather because it's fucking hot, okay? All right. Now, get in a nice comfy place. I want you to close your eyes, okay? And I just want you to take some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to release all the tension, all the worries, all the doubt. Just let it go. And relax. Just know that after we do this, your SP will think about you. They're thinking about you all the time. Live in that knowing. And I want you to imagine that you're in a giant amphitheater. It's dark outside. There's no one there but you. And you're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater, and in front of you, there's a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that runs from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. I want you to shift your focus to the stage light for just a minute. And as you stare into that stage light, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. And in fact, you start to notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, there's a dark, shadowy figure. And as you shift your focus to the shadowy figure, you start to realize that that person is your SP. Now, I want you to call your SP, say their name, and I want you to ask them, tell them to come into the light, into the center of the stage. Do that now. Now, as your SP steps into the light, into the center of the stage, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you also notice a gold cord that runs directly from the middle of your third eye into their third eye. Now, I want you to ask your SP these two questions, and I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot hear their voice, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you, yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you, yes. And I want you to say these 4 phrases. This time they're not going to respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP, and I want you to tell them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs directly from your third eye only, leaving the gold cord intact to your SP's third eye. And as that gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand as if it's a pair. I want you to reach up with your other hand. I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss it aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a giant balloon. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther and smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther and smaller and smaller and farther and farther and smaller until they just disappear. Now I want you to take another deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and open your eyes. Alrighty. Welcome back. Welcome back into the room. Now, expect that your SP right now is thinking about you. Why wouldn't they? Have you seen your fucking self? You're a fine ass motherfucker. Of course they're thinking about you. Duh. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, let's get you some contact. Let's get you some contact, baby. All right, so I want you to get your SP's photos out. Yes, Fred. It's okay if you do that with it. You could do that with all 5 of your SPs. Have them all on the stage. If you guys want to do this with multiple people, okay? Like let's say you want to do this with multiple people. What you would do is you would imagine a bunch of shadows in the back of the stage, right? All your people, okay? And you would call each one up to in front of the stage, and you would say the exact same phrases. Ask them the exact same questions, doesn't matter, SP, mom, pop, doesn't matter, okay? You would call them up one at a time to the center of the stage. And then you would do all those. You would imagine like a bouquet of balloons, right? A bunch of gold cords running out, one here, a bunch of them running out to everybody's third eye. And then you would cut the cord and they would all float away like balloons, okay, at the same time. Okay, you don't have to do like one at a time. I suggest you start with those people closest to you because we want to keep energy fresh. So if you find that you like argue with your child often, cut the energy cord with her. You'll notice a change in their attitude. Okay, if you have like a problem with, we'll say like your family, cut the cord with them. You'll notice a change in their attitude. Okay, and then branch out from there. Start with the negative people in your life, even if you're not talking to them anymore. You don't have to have talked to these people in 20 years. It doesn't fucking matter. They're still attached to your energy. Okay, so start with those negative people you've had in your life. Okay. All right. Rochelle, we're doing the photo method right now where you will order him to take action. Yes. And you will do this in multiple different ways. I'll tell you guys, if you're new here, how to leverage the photo method to get them to do whatever you want them to do, and how you can give your commands in different ways than what we're going to be doing right now. Okay. All right. So you got your SP's photos out. I've been rambling so you can get that shit, which really you wouldn't have to go digging for your SP's photo. You know, if they were your wallpaper on your phone, like they should be, because if you were in a relationship, wouldn't that be? Just saying. All right. So I need to put on the call booking form. I think everybody who books a call with me, when you put your name, you must put your TikTok name. I don't like not knowing your TikTok name. Unless you guys tell me. All right. So I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship. Okay. During this method, when I have you guys do this, I do put you on pause so I can go to the ladies' room. How on earth am I supposed to go to the bathroom? Okay. Now, I want you to go back to the beginning. And that's very true. That's very true in the WhatsApp too. Go back into the beginning of your relationship, okay? I want you to go back to the very, very beginning of your relationship with your SP. And I want you to remember who you were. Who were you as a person? In general, who were you? Go back to the version of yourself. Remember who you were. Because when you first met your SP, because the reality is in the beginning of your relationship, you and your SP were very different than you were at the end of your relationship. Your SP changed because you selected a different version of your SP, but you also changed as well. Because in your relationship, relationships tend to create insecurities within ourselves, right? And your identities also change as well based on your relationship. We start to shift our identities based on our relationship. However, I need you to go back to the beginning and remember who you were. Who were you as a person in general? You had a confidence level about you. You knew who you were. Your identities were not wrapped up in a relationship. You weren't in one. Okay, so you knew who you were. You had a confidence level about you. You had a security within yourself. You were sure of yourself. Right? You knew the qualities that you possessed. You knew who you were. You knew what value you brought to a relationship. You knew all that shit. You knew your worth. I need you to remember who you were, because that version of who you were is what your SP was attracted to, chased, pursued, wanted to be with, tried to get your attention, talked to you all the time, was constantly spending time with you. That version of you is who your SP wanted to be in a relationship with, fell in love with. You must go back to that version of yourself. Get in touch with yourself again. But the elevated version that is more in control of yourself, that absolutely knows that you are perfect, desired, wanted by your SP. Because when you met your SP, you didn't need your SP. You didn't even know him. You didn't even need your SP. Maybe you wanted to be in a relationship, but you didn't need it. You didn't need anything from that person. I need you to remember that version of you. And I need you to tap back into that version of you right now. Do it now. Time is of the essence. Time is ticking, bitch. I need you to step into that identity and become that version of yourself again. Right now. I'll wait. And now I won't. step into that version. It's like mama and daddy got a brand new bang, bitch. Yeah, I have arrived. I have arrived. I have found myself again. You need to find yourself again. Do that now. Select the version of you now that was confident, that knew who you were. Select that version now. That is now who you are. Yeah, you want your SP, but you don't need them. You'll be just fine. Select that version because there's a shift in energy. When you know who you are, they know who you are too. That's what they found magnetic about you. That's what they desired. Become that version again. Now, I want you to fast forward in your relationship to a time when everything in your relationship was absolutely picturesque perfect, where everything in your relationship was perfect. You didn't question a goddamn thing from your SP. You just knew that they would call you. You knew that they were going to come and see you. You knew how they felt about you, right? All of these things. You did not need validation. You just knew. You didn't question anything from your SP. Go back to that time in your relationship right now. And I want you, right, I'll get into why negative manifestation is immediate. Okay. I want you to tap into that version of your SP again. I want you to remind yourself right now, take 20 seconds and remember who they were for you. Who was your SP for you? What made them your perfect person? Why are you choosing to manifest them back and not somebody else? What is it about them? Who are they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Remember that version of your SP right now. Because that version of your SP, you didn't question anything. You knew how they felt about you. You knew that you would talk to them today because you talk to them all the time. You knew this. You never questioned if they were going to call you. You knew when they were going to call you. When your phone rang, you knew it was him or her. You just knew. You weren't questioning what you were going to do this weekend, if they were going to come spend time with you, if they were going to make time for you. You didn't question that because they did. They always kept their commitments to you. They always spent time with you. That version of your SP, you didn't question how they felt about you. You knew how they felt about you. That version of your SP, you also fell in love with. No other version from this point forward of your SP exists except for your perfect version, your perfect SP. Hold on to this version of your SP. See your SP as this person for you, and they will become that person again for you. Because these two versions, the version of you and the perfect version of your SP, these two versions won each other's hearts. These two versions were in love. You must be that version again. You must select the version of your SP again. And you will have what you had back then, but better. Because up until now, you have been in contact. No contact actually does not exist. You have been in contact with your SP the entire time. Every time you think about your SP thinks about you. Every time your SP thinks about you, you think about him or her. That's how this works, which is why you have to sometimes try not to think about your SP. That is because they are thinking about you. You may be going about your day doing something totally irrelevant, and all of a sudden the thought of your SP just pops into your head. That is because they're thinking about you. When you dream about your SP, they're dreaming about you. That's how this works. Thought transmission. Because remember, your subconscious mind never sleeps. It never sleeps. It operates 20. Where do you think dreams come from? Because your conscious mind is asleep, but your subconscious mind is wide open. It never sleeps. So when you are dreaming about them, you're in their dreams too. That's how this works. Thought transmission is 24/7, bitch. So that's how that works, okay? They have been thinking about you all the time. They have constantly been going down memory lane. They have been recalling all kinds of memories of the two of you, great memories. You think you're blocked? No, you have a fucking stalker, bitch. Like, yeah, They have another profile, fake profile. They're unblocking you all the time, looking at your shit, trying to see what you're up to. Trying to see what you're up to. They have been looking at their gallery, at their photo gallery, every single day, often thinking about you. Thinking about you. And for you ladies, would you care to guess what your boyfriend is doing when he goes in his gallery? Also, you have to know that they have been wanting to text you every day. They have written several text messages to you. They have looked at your contact, wanting to call you and talk to you and tell you everything you've been waiting to hear this entire time. Up until now, they have not been able to press that call button, press that send button, because you have not allowed them to. And the reason you have not allowed them to is because you keep acknowledging no movement, no contact. And time. That is what you have been focused on. Time creates more time. No contact is exactly that. Not in contact. Blocked is exactly that. Time only extends and creates more time. No movement means exactly no movement. You also have not been seeing your SP as the perfect boyfriend, the one that, or girlfriend, the one that would call you all the time. You're questioning it all the time. And you have to understand that you are expecting one thing or another. You're either expecting them to contact you, you're expecting them to think about you, you're expecting them to want to be with you, or you're expecting the opposite. Either way, you're expecting something. And oftentimes you're expecting the opposite because you're trying to protect your feelings. Stop that. No more. No contact ends today. Because like I said, you're always in contact. Now it's time to push it out into the 3D. So no contact ends today. Okay? Just know that. Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, I really need you to straighten that shit. Do it now. Go ahead. Straighten it up. Go get the duct tape out. Do whatever the fuck you need to do so that shit stays on your head. Do you understand? Stays on your head. Okay? Okay. Because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. I certainly don't wait for shit. At all. At all. So we get what we want, we get it when we want it. When queens and kings give commands, do they have to sit there and question, wonder, worry, doubt if their command is going to be fulfilled? No. When queens and kings give a command, there's nothing to question. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to doubt. They know. They just know. I gave the command. I don't need to check for shit. It is done. It is done. That is now who you are. We are going to give our commands to our SPs, and you're going to do it, and you're going to there's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to doubt. You're just going to know. And the way you know is by going about your fucking day. I gave the command. It's going to be fulfilled. Now I'm going to go about my day, and I'm going to focus on my inner conversations, all about how amazing our conversations are, and this, that, and the fucking third. And every time my phone pings, it is my SP, regardless of what name shows up on that phone. I don't give a fuck. Every time that phone goes off, SP's calling. Ring-a-ding-ding. Oh, that's my SP again. Shit, he's calling me again. God damn it. Yeah. Every time you get a ping, SP's texting me. Yes, he certainly is. Of course, why wouldn't they? That's how you're going to go about your day. That's how you're going to create the knowing, in case you were curious. Okay? If you are alone, you're going to say this out loud. If you're not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a complete wacko. Okay? Now, you're going to look at your SP's photo. If you are in no contact, listen up. If you are in no contact or you are in contact, but it is not consistent contact, you're going to tell them to contact you. You can say contacting, calling, texting. It really doesn't matter. If you say they're texting you right now, but they're a caller, not a texter, then they're going to call you. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Okay? So the first phrase you're going to tell them is you're going to give them permission. I want you to give them permission. You're going to look at their photo, and the first thing you're going to say is, it is now Say it like this. It is now okay to contact me. I didn't say now it is okay to contact me. It is now okay to contact me. You're going to tell their photo that every day. You're going to give them permission to contact you. Okay? Now, you're going to tell them to contact you. So you're going to say, it is now okay for you to contact me. You're calling me right now. You are calling me right now. You are calling me right now. If you're in consistent contact with your SP, then you have choices. You could tell them that they're contacting you right now, or you can say that they are they're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. Bitch, schedule just cleared up. See you soon, honey, because you're coming to see me today. Get a little sass with them. Get a little impatient, a little authoritarian. Like you were talking to a child, that there was no other fucking alternative. You'll do what I say and you'll do it when I say it. That kind of attitude. Yeah, that's the attitude you're going to have. The tonality that you're going to have. Okay? Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, any of the glorious ships, oh, shit. We have a winner. Anyway, if you're in any of it, but we'll announce the winner after we do this method. That's not to be distracted, and I want to see who wins. Duh. Okay? So we will announce it after this method. So you have to stick around or you won't know if you won. All right, so if in any of the ships, you can have fun with it. What up, Cammy girlfriend? You can have fun with it. You can say, you're calling me right now. You're coming to see me today. Or you can have fun. You're buying me flowers. You're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're giving me a massage tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're giving me a bubble bath tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. The world is your playground. Okay? Okay. So get busy right now. Give your commands. And I want you right now, to expect something different from your SP. Like a little puppy dog that you are right now going to tell them what the fuck to do, and there is not another alternative. This is not a question. This is what your shit is. Thanks, Kimmy girlfriend. Okay, right now you're going to give your commands, and you are going to expect them to contact you while I pause this live so I can go to the ladies' room. Stick around to find out who the winner is. We're back. Okay, now start knowing and expecting them to contact you. Oh, how lovely for my father to finally message me back about Father's Day. Is it weird I thought it was today? Whoops. So, anywho, Nanner. Now, and since there are a couple questions here, before I give you your daily fucking rant for the day, but I'm proud of you. I will tell you, I'm proud of a lot of you guys today because I haven't seen very much spiraling in my fucking comments here today. I think we're making progress. We're making great progress. Yes, we fucking are. Amy, what if you've never been in a relationship with them? So? What does that have anything to do with anything? You're in one. What are you talking about? If you've never been in a relationship with them, you need to start identifying with being in a relationship with them, right? Like as them wanting to be with you. Okay? Now, let's discuss why, for the 10 millionth time, but I'm going to guess you're new here, is why do people, one psycho, I love these names. Okay, why do negative things manifest quickly? This is where we leverage what we know about manifestation. Okay? Here's where we leverage what we know about Kim Finds. Any ideas on how to make TikTok shop sales? Yeah, everybody buys from me. Everybody buys from me. I want to do that shit too, actually. But I'm supposed to go live. I guess I could do that, right? Go live and fucking slang some shit. I get offers all the time. And they give me a free sample. I'm like, oh, a free fucking sample. I love that shit. I'm glad you love it here. Irene, we are family here, okay? Where I will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I will kudo you and we snaps for you when you get movement and progress. And I will also kick your fucking ass and bitch at you when you get out of line and decide you want to digress and whine, moan, and groan, which I have to do often. So there's that part. There's that part. Okay? Okay, because I can't help it. All right, so we leverage what we know about manifestation, okay? So manifestation, why does the negative shit seem to be instant versus things that we actually want seem to take a little bit? And the reason for that is, which the reality is all manifestation is instant, okay? But the reason why the negative shit manifests quickly is because you say it, think about it, and never think about it again. Yeah, you think about it randomly. Like at random times, you will just think about something and then boom, pushes out. Boom, pushes out. Boom, pushes out. Oh, snaps for spaz. It will just randomly push out, push out, push out, push out, push out, right? Because you're not flipping the thought, okay? So this is where I hurt my boyfriend in 48 hours because I said it one time out of anger after our breakup, after our initial breakup, I said it one time. I was coming home. I had a couple cocktails with my friend. I was on my way home. I'll never forget where I was at the stoplight. And I was like, fuck him. I hope he hurts himself. 48 hours later, boom, injured. Never's been injured on the job ever in life. Hold on, let me flip that thought. Okay. Never been injured on the job ever. And now he can't work that job ever again. Because the washer and dryer fell on his ass. Shattered his collarbone and tore his ACL, needed 2 major surgeries. Because I said it one time. He'll never let me live that down. Actually, yes, he will. He has already forgiven me. For that. But that's why. That's why. So if we know that that's the principle here, this is where I say in our conversations, things that you speak about, things that you think about, you bring about, right? So if we know that that's how negative shit manifests, then why can't we leverage what we know about that and use that for the positive? We can absolutely. It's no different. It's not like, oh, well, when you think a random negative thought, that shit manifests instantly. But to manifest the positive things, it must take you a long ass fucking time and a bridge of incidences. I don't even know what the fuck a bridge of incidences is. All that shit. In order for you to get your positive shit. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Okay. So this is where you should randomly have random thoughts. So if you want more money, you should randomly think about how you just like, dude, I have 20 grand in the bank right now. Keep it pushing. Okay. Or like, dude, I totally got a deposit. Keep it pushing. Right. Same with SP. You can literally be like, he's totally calling me today. I know he is. I know he's thinking about me right now. And then keep it pushing. Right. There's all these things that you can do and say. Someone's supposed to be winning a coaching call, so I think you guys got confused. I will pick the winner of the coaching call. I will announce the winner in the next 5 minutes when I get off this fucking live because I have a coaching call. So stick around, find out if you won. And I am the one that's going to win. I am the one that, well, now we have to give away a second one, Bevy. Thanks a lot, because I can't say that and then retract my statement. So I guess we're giving away a second one today. You know what? It's Sunday. Fuck yeah. I'm feeling gifty. So anyway, so we leverage that and say, okay, so if I know all this, then amazing. I'm going to go ahead and leverage and start throwing random shit out there, right? Random shit out there. Random shit. Because it's going to manifest because I fucking said so first and foremost, but that's how this shit works. Oh. Well, is Sunday the beginning of a new week? Or is Sunday the beginning of an old week? Or the end of the week? Because why does it show on the calendar that Sunday is, the beginning of a week? I believe it's the end of the week. Golden baby love. Oh, good thing we're talking in 5 minutes, bitch. Okay? So, we are going to literally, of course you know it's your fault, duh. Thought transmission is on fire today. We're going to be, so we need to understand that I'm going to throw random ass shit. I'm not going to think about it again. Thanks, Tamara. And that's just how this is. I think it's the last day of the week because who the fuck? Monday to me is the beginning of the week. It's the worst day of the week. But Tuesday sometimes, depending, is a great day of the week. Why? Because T-Mobile Tuesday, hello, duh. Oh, I be on that shit, which I have beef with because I had to go get my daughter something because I was at 7-Eleven trying to get my free coconut water and it wasn't working. And there's Taco Tuesday. You're right, see? That's why we love each other. We're going to have Taco Tuesday. We should do that. Taco Tuesday together. I don't know what day it is half time either, Terry. So half the time I start this, I'm like, what day is it? Oh, that's right. Wine Wednesday. See, look at all these days. But anyway, so we need to start leveraging. I want you guys to randomly throw random shit out there, and I don't want you to think about it again, okay? I don't want you to. Just like when you say, Margarita Monday, shit. I want you guys to think about it that way, okay? We're not thinking about things twice. We're not going to do all that. We have our main inner conversations that we're having. We have random inner conversations that we're having. Have them random. As many different inner conversations as you can possibly have. Just random inner conversations other than, like no movement and all that bullshit you guys be talking about. You know what I'm saying? How about we don't have those inner conversations? Instead, how about we have the conversations, that you actually want to have? Okay? So we're going to do that, and you're just going to throw random shit out there. Think about something one time, keep it pushing. Think about something again, keep pushing. Think about something again, keep pushing. That's what we're going to do. Fajita fucking Friday. Ooh, now I want fajitas. I'm making tacos today. Chicken tacos. My boyfriend makes the best chicken tacos with radishes in them. And so that's what I'm making. They're delicious. They're delicious. And you know what? I lose weight every time I eat tacos. because I said so. And literally I do. I could eat 8 tacos today and I lose weight. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have a little salad. He is not Mexican. He is Hispanic. Salvadorian. So he makes them differently, but they're fucking fire. I could live on tacos too. Seriously. Who gets tired of tacos? The only thing is though, if you go to fast food and if you go to fast food though, and you freaking get a crunchy taco, you got about a solid 5 fucking minutes to eat that shit. You better drive real quick home because you got 5 minutes to eat that shit. Because you have 1 out of 2 things going to happen. It's going to get soft or the shell's going to break. Because you do. I was like, we got to hurry up and we got to skate on home. And the first thing I eat every time I get Mexican food, if it's a crunchy taco, is the crunchy taco. It's the first thing I eat. Because I was like, no, these things go bad. Like a taquito. Yeah. There you go, Irene. That's right. Pull that shit over because we got to eat this taco. And then I feel like cussing their ass out when you get home to find out the shell's broken at the bottom. No, it pisses me off. That pisses me off. But I will tell you, you should now literally, now you're hungry, right? You should complain if your food is not up to par or they forget something like mayonnaise, like they put mayonnaise on the fucking hamburger, which I don't understand mayonnaise on a hamburger, but that's okay. If they get your order wrong, you should absolutely complain to the establishment because they will send you gift cards. Ask me how I know that shit. They will send you gift cards to make it better. All right. All right. So that's what I have for you. I want you guys to throw random shit out there today. Okay. Again, today is all about you. Okay. Positive meaning to fucking everything. Positive meaning to everything. Everything. Blocked. Look at him want to stuck my ass. Okay. That's how you assign positive meaning to everything. Okay. It doesn't contact you. Oh, we talk all day, every day. Like, what the fuck? He's thinking about me right now. Every time he plays his video games, he thinks about me. Every time he gets in his fucking car, all he can do is think about me. Every time he's on Instagram, all he does is think about me. Everything on Instagram reminds him of me. Right? It's positive meaning to everything. Throw random shit out there today. Okay? I'm not going to yell at you guys today because you guys did quite well in my comments. But don't get me confused. Because tomorrow, I will be giving you my daily rant. Because we're going to need to get some shit right tight. Because I need you guys to honestly, like what Bevy said, I need you guys to honestly get a grip. Stop reacting to your 3D. Stop reacting. There's no reason to be reacting. It is fucking, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not real, okay? It's only in your 3D because there's movement going on behind the scenes every fucking day. So stop reacting to the bullshit. I was just blocked. They haven't texted me. I have seen no movement. Stop the bullshit. Honestly, stop all of that. Instead, tell yourself the opposite, because the more you acknowledge that, the more you keep it right in place. What you focus on expands. So why are you focusing on time? Because all you're doing is creating more time. Why are you focusing on movement? Because all you're doing is creating more no movement. Why are you focusing on all that shit? Being blocked, because the more you focus on being blocked, guess what? That shit ain't gonna change because you keep focusing on that shit. Come on now. You guys know this shit. Nothing is going to change until you change it in your mind. So right now, today, change it in your mind. Change it in your mind to everything is perfect. Everything in my life is goddamn perfect. We are amazing. Yep, he absolutely loves me. I'm all he can fucking think about, period. Do you understand? Today, no spiraling, no wavering, none of that shit. I want you to literally, in your mind, see what you want to see, not what you see. That is it. There is no other option, because the only way you change your reality is when you do something different. Stop acknowledging what you don't like. If you don't like it, change it in your mind. And then guess what's going to happen? It's going to change in your 3D. But the more you keep acknowledging your 3D, the more you keep it right in play. So what's your fucking pleasure? Do you want your SP or do you not? Do you want them to contact you or do you not? Do you want to see movement or do you not? Because while you're affirming and doing inner conversations, you're acknowledging the opposite. Stop doing that because it goes against what you want. Because here you're trying to change your thoughts. But here you're acknowledging what you know. Your 3D. So the more you acknowledge what's in your fucking 3D, that's already what you know. Which one do you think's gonna win? What you already fucking know. So stop acknowledging this shit and only acknowledge what you want to know instead of what you know. Because that is how you're going to get something different. That is how you're going to see movement. That is how you're going to see progress. Stop acknowledging what you know because we know what pushes out. Oh, that's right. What you fucking know. So stop acknowledging what's currently in your reality because you're keeping it right fucking there. Do you understand? So today, you're going to get a grip on your thoughts. You're going to do things differently, period. There is no alternative. There is no other way. This ends with me and my SP together in a committed, loving relationship. That is how this shit ends. So that's all I got to know. There's nothing to react to my 3D. I ain't got to worry about shit. I'm going to keep doing my inner conversations. I'm going to keep going about my life and keep going about my business because I know exactly how the fuck this ends with us together. Well, I don't need to acknowledge anything that shows me the opposite. No. What the fuck? Fuck the 3D. That's what we say every day. Fuck the 3D until it shows me what I want to see. Period. That's all I need to know. That's right. They're all texts from your SP. That's all I need to know. Fuck the 3D. Because that motherfucker's texting me right now because I don't know what he thinks this shit is. But I'm about to show him what this shit is because I'm not going to react to anything that isn't what I like. If it isn't what I like, bye. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I'm going to focus my thoughts and inner conversations only about what I want. And nothing is going to show me and convince me otherwise. Because I know exactly how this plays out. Me and my SP together. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And you'll get what you want. Period. You're the director of your movie, so fucking write the ending of your movie. Write it now. How does this end for you? Me and SP together. That's all I need to fucking know. And I'm not going to give anything else a goddamn option. This is how this movie ends. I don't need to wonder. This is not a cliffhanger. How many times have you seen the Titanic? Do you sit there and watch the Titanic now? Like, how does this end? We all know Jack dies. That's how this ends. We know this, right? So you sit back and you watch it because you all know that that's exactly how this ends. So you should have seen my grandma. Her old little cute little ass in the wheelchair in the back of the movie theater. And we're watching the Titanic and, everybody's crying because Jack is dying. And my grandma goes, "Is he dead?" The entire theater started cracking up because I was like, shh. Yes, she ruined the moment for everybody. She ruined the moment for everybody, right? That's how this works. You know exactly how that movie ends. So you're not wondering, are you? No. So how does your movie end? Decide now how this ends. And that is how it ends. There is not another option. Not another option. My grandma's the best. There's nothing worse. God rest her soul, but there's nothing better than dentures. And when she drank her soup, her teeth fell out in her soup. We thought that at a very fancy restaurant, we thought that shit was hilarious. My dad was irate because we yelled at her ass or because we laughed at her. And I was like, who's not going to laugh? Who's not going to laugh? Ray, did you get a message from your SP when you said you were texting him the other day? If you feel that they would respond, I don't see why you shouldn't text them. If I know they're going to respond, then I would, but don't get your panties in a bunch if they don't. Okay? All right. So you know what you need to do. Now, I'm going to pick, because I got a jet on this coaching call. Sorry, baby love. I'm coming right now. I'm going to pick a winner for my coaching call. Now you have 30 seconds to confirm you're on this call. You're on this live. If you're not on the live and I pick the winner, then you don't get the shit. I don't care if you watch the fucking replay. It's not my problem. Whiplash, are you on my live still? You have 30 seconds. Clock is a ticking. CC, shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh, you know what? That That fucking shit has expired. That shit's expired. What part of 30 seconds don't you understand? You know what I'm saying? Oh, right. Let's see here. See, I fucking talk to you anyway, bitch. What are you talking about? Oh, Bevy, pick one. Pick one. Come on, Bevy. Hurry up. Pick one. I can't pick one anymore. I'm stressed. I'm stressed to the max. Come on, Bevy, pick one. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. They're not here. I told them to respond, and they're not here. So there's that part. But fine, I will go to the action taker. Ha! Tail feather. I'm going to the action taker here. Nope. Hopefully y'all learn your lesson. Tail feather is the winner. Why? Because she pinned her comment, bitch. Yeah. Action takers, come on. You guys got to do something to stand out. You guys got to do something to stand out. She pinned her comment, so she's the winner. You're going to have to message Bevy, bitch. Message Bevy. Okay? But don't worry, we give away a coaching call every single week. Even if you've had a coaching call, it doesn't matter. I will go ahead and still hook you up, okay? That's how this works. I award action takers, okay? And so I want the best for all of you. Oh, Lisa girl. Lisa girl, you know exactly what to think. Is that true? Is that true? No. Bevy would, oh, maybe Bevy did. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know how this works. Only Bevy knows how this works. Okay. Okay. I love each and every one of you. If you are interested in having me manifest your, I have no idea how to pin, bitch. I have no idea. Google it. Oh, Bevy chose the winner. I love you, Taylor. Okay. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP4 or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. Okay. CC, fucking message me, bitch. I love you, besties, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.